What if Deku joined Team JPDE Compilation? Chapters 71 to 77. End of an era. How long do you think you can fall for? Ruby asked. Excuse me, David asked. We've been falling for a while now. I don't think you're supposed to be able to. Because of physics and stuff, Ruby said. What kind of conversation is that? David asked. Well, I don't see you coming up with anything better, Mr. Ruby said. Shut up. I'm thinking, David said. About what? Ruby asked. How to survive our landing, David said. Weren't you all resigned your fate and stuff? Ruby asked. Well, too bad someone went and gave me hope just as the mountain came falling on top of us and the floor gave way under our feet, David said. Ruby giggled. I gave you hope, Ruby said. David sighed. Anyway. Is it just me or are we starting to fall more slowly? David asked. Oh my gods, then it wasn't just me. We are, Ruby said. But aren't you supposed to gain speed as you fall? David asked. Freaking gravity. How does it work? And why didn't I pay attention in physics class? Ruby said. Are we stopping right now? David asked. We are. What? Ruby said. The two were now not falling anymore. Alright, so I guess we're not falling to our death anymore, David said. Somehow. No, Ruby said. Well, that's a start. Now, what do you think? Should we climb back up? David asked. Don't see any other way. But are you sure you can climb? You were pretty battered up, Ruby said. Oh. Yeah. Now that I think about it, I think I can feel my muscle pain, to start with, David said. And how do you think we're going to do that? Deku asked. Deku, David and Ruby yelled. Hey guys, glad you could join the party, Deku said. I'm so glad to see you're okay. When David said, Ruby said. You really think a mountain could take me out? Deku asked. No, Ruby said. David's stomach then growled. Sounds like someone is hungry. Want a snack? Ruby asked. You carry snacks on yourself at all times? David asked. Yup. You never know when hunger might strike. You need a defense, Ruby said. I also keep snacks on me, but they're not strawberry flavored, Deku said. David laughed. To those who designed both of your clothes with all those pockets need medals, David said. I know, right? Way I hear it, it was a friend of Dad. He was, I think from Atlas, Ruby said. Mistral, actually, a voice said. Oh, right. Mistral. Thanks, David, Ruby said. Wait. How did you know? Ruby asked. Ruby, that wasn't me, David said. What do you mean it wasn't you? Ruby said. Do I sound like a grown woman to you? David asked. When screaming you do, Deku said. Hey, David said. But who could have said that? It's only the three of us here, Ruby said. Oh, so the two of you can't see the big lady? Deku asked. What? What big lady? David and Ruby asked. That big lady, Deku said, pointing. David and Ruby turned around. Don't call me big lady, young man. Makes it sound like I'm fat. And how rude of you two to ignore the light show I'm putting on for you, the voice said. Before them they saw a woman all in white with a golden rose brooch. She also had the same hair as Ruby. Sorry about implying that you were fat, Mrs. Deku said. Mom, Ruby yelled. Hi, Ruby. You've grown, Summer said. You're Summer Rose? David asked. And hi, David. Nice to meet you. We've been keeping tabs on you, too, Summer said. Keeping tabs? Who's you? David asked. One is my mom, Ruby said. Honey, I know it's honestly This must be one of the greatest and at the same time most confusing moments of your entire life, but I'm gonna need you to stop trying to butterfly kick towards me in the dark void of remnants. Crust, okay, Summer said. What? David and Ruby exclaimed. I had that same reaction, Deku said. I'll explain in layman's terms. You all fell a very long way and now you're so close to the center of the planet that gravity no longer applies. Also, you'd be cooking up or suffocating if it weren't from me, Summer said. Gravity, no longer applies, David asked. Yeah. Gravity is the force of attraction between masses. And since gravity always wants to bring things to its center of mass, and since we are now at the center of Remnant, we experience a zero-G effect, Deku said. Ah. My brains hurts. Deku, why do you hurt me so? Ruby asked. Ruby. It's simple physics. And something you should know considering your semblance, Deku said. Ruby said. I'm saying you can abuse physics to go faster, Deku said. Oh. Cool, Ruby said. You're taking this in stride, aren't you? David said. Says the Rockman, Ruby said. That's my goal. Alright, moving on, nice job breaking it, David. We are most displeased, Summer said. David said. But, again, that's what happens when your only source of information about this whole mess is an existence running on fumes. Poor Flame. So, I'm here for 2 things. Well, I was here for 3, but I can no longer trap the boss back in its confinement. Anyway, I'm here to save the 3 of you and set the record straight, Summer said. Really? Ruby asked. Really? Summer asked. Just like that? David asked. Just like that, Summer said. Well then, Ruby goes first, Deku said. Really? Ruby asked. Ruby, this is your mom. You've never seen her in your life. Of course you got precedence, David said. Oh, that's sweet, Summer said. Deku. David. Thank you, but it's less what I want to know and more what I want to do, Ruby said. Do? Summer asked. Mom, I wanna hug you. I want to cry. I want to bring you back home to Dad and Young. I want to take so many pictures together that I will never, ever forget your face again. But yes, there are some questions, like, Mom, where are you? Why haven't you come back to us? Ruby asked. First of all, let me tell you that I'm fine. I cannot come back home, but I'm also in no danger of dying, Summer said. Where? Why? Ruby asked. I can't tell you that. Because you'd most definitely hurry here before being ready trying to rescue me and get yourself killed, Summer said. Ruby said. Yeah, she'd probably do it, David said. Well, rich coming from the guy who set the ancient god free, Summer said. So? He was telling the truth, David said. You did what? And Mom, you said. Before I'm ready, Ruby asked. Oh, you noticed that little part? Yes, honey. I want you to rescue me. Well, actually, I need you to rescue me. Eventually, Summer said. How? Tell me how, Ruby asked. Way too early for that, Ruby. You need to mature as a hunter and as warrior of the Silver Eyes, first. And more staring. Look, let's go in order, alright? I think it's better if I tell you the story instead of letting you ask questions. I can't keep you down here forever and there are people waiting for you, Summer said. Ruby gasped. Ruby, what the hell was that? Deku asked. Oh, nothing much. I guess she just realized she's about to get her very first story time with Mom, Summer said. Yes, Ruby yelled. How are the 2 of you acting so nonchalantly about everything? David asked. It's the rose genes, David. You're gonna have to get used to it, Summer said. Oh my gods, we have genes? Ruby asked. How much of basic schooling did you miss, Ruby? Everyone has genes. Don't tell me you missed the birds and the bees talk, Deku asked. What? Ruby asked. Sex education, Ruby Summer said. Oh, I understand now. Don't worry Mom, young, Deku and David taught me, Ruby said. Deku and David blushed. That's not the same thing, David said. Is it not, Ruby asked. No it isn't honey. And don't look so embarrassed you two. I already know about your activities and relationship, Summer said. You were watching, the three asked. I said I was keeping tabs. Moving on. Do you remember that lesson you have with your professor about Remnant? About the theory of it being alive, Summer asked. Yes. And considering you're bringing this up, you're going to tell us that it's actually true, Deku said. Indeed. Remnant has a will, a life force and even an aura of its own. And while it was still forming, eons ago. The boss arrived, Summer said. Mom, when you say that he's a god, do you mean, Ruby asked. Yes. He's the same race as the gods of light and darkness, with a different purpose. The two brothers travel the cosmos, filling newly formed worlds with their creations, Summer said. Wait. Does that mean the brothers created Earth, Deku asked. I'm unsure. Earth seems to have a long history of existence and life that has not existed on Remnant. But Remnant has also had a long history. Perhaps the brothers did create Earth, or maybe not. Only the brothers know, Summer said. I see. Thanks for indulging me, Deku said. No problem. Now back to the topic at hand. The boss traveled around to still forming worlds to harvest them for energy, Summer said. Then how, David asked. He got too greedy. He miscalculated. Remnant is a world strong in life, a rich banquet for him. If it hadn't already developed a will. That's how it became a prison instead of nourishment. The predator became the prey. Remnant absorbed the boss into its core, dissipating and absorbing all of its power, Summer said. Then. The flame, David asked. It's a piece of the boss's original power, which Remnant gave life and purpose, Summer said. And now this boss wants it back. Which is why it attacked the thingy inside David, Ruby said. Which in turn set in motion all the events that have led us here. Imagine my surprise when I was asked to distract myself from my current purpose to come here. But, I was too late to trap him in that crystal again, Summer said. So? I damned the entire world, David asked. You would think so, but it doesn't look like it. Whatever the boss wants. It doesn't seem to be revenge. And even if he wanted to, the other three pieces are well protected, and without his full power, he will never be able to carry it out. So you have time, Summer said. Time? For what, Ruby asked. Well, he's the one who screwed up. Of course, he's got to be the one to take responsibility for it and fix it, Summer said. Why? Why would you trust the person who screwed it all up in the first place to fix it, David asked. 2 reasons. First, I can't do it. I'm occupied with something else, at the moment, Summer said. And? Reason 2, Ruby asked. Reason 2, there's literally no one else I can ask but you three and your friends, Ruby. Because there's literally only 5 people on this world who can track the boss again or kill him for good, including me, Summer said. Who are the other 4, Deku asked. 1 is Ruby. Your friends Penny and Seal. And finally, you, Summer said. Me, Deku asked. Yes. But not at the moment, and neither can the others. But you all have great potential to become very strong, especially you, Summer said. I understand why Deku, Penny and Seal can stop the boss, but how can I, Ruby asked. Ruby. Your silver eyes are not just for show. They're much, much more. They symbolize your hidden power. The heritage of the Silver Warriors, Summer said. So? You're telling me that because of me? Now people I care about are in the line of fire, David said. Yes. The boss doesn't know about it right now. But he will, Summer said. There's no way in hell I'm letting them do this alone, David said. I know. Which is why you're going to take responsibility for this and protect them at all costs from all dangers. All right, Rock Boy Summer said. Mom, I don't know about trapping or killing gods, but this power you're talking about, if I master it. Can I bring you back home, Ruby asked. Yes. You can, Summer said. Tell us what we need to do, Deku asked. Survive. Grow stronger. Protect them. And when the time is right, go after the boss. As for you, Ruby, once you graduate from Beacon, I want you to seek out Maria Calavra, Summer said. Maria Calavra, Ruby said. You say to grow strong, but how much time do we have, David asked. Hey. Honestly. You have at least a few years, Summer said. Years? Deku asked. Yes. Let's just say that Howard and the boss made more enemies than they should have. But they don't know that yet. Okay, enough talking. Time to go, Summer said. Oh my gods, you're right. Young is gonna be worried sick, Ruby said. Yeah, I can only imagine what they must be thinking, right now, David said. Well, now. I thought you'd oppose a little more resistance. You don't want to know more, Summer asked. Of course we do. But you said there's no more time. Also, I have to go tell Young about you. And I have to go start training, Ruby said. Also, honestly, with everything that's happened in the last few months, I've grown tired of half-truths and I don't trust as easily any longer, but I think I can at least trust you, Summer, David said. And why is that, Summer asked. Because you're your daughter's mother, David said. Yes. I most certainly am, Summer said. Oh, You're gonna make me blush. I'm blushing, Ruby said. Alright, you've got a choice now, make it count. Do you want to go back the boring way or the awesome way, Summer asked. Ruby gasped. Awesome. Most definitely awesome, Ruby said. David sighed. Awesome, I guess. Deku, David asked. You really think I'm going back the boring way? Hell no. But I need to finish talking with Mrs. Rose, Deku said. Oh right, sorry dear, I completely forgot, Summer said. Forgot about what? What were you two talking about, Ruby asked. Going home, Deku said. Ruby paused for a moment, a bit confused, but then understood. Oh, Ruby said. Really? She knows how to send you home, David asked. It's more like a theory. But if we keep delaying, we won't have time. Now, David, I'm going to need your help to get you and Ruby out. Don't worry about Izuku. He will be able to get out on his own, Summer said. Okay. But how can I help, David asked. Back on the surface, everyone was mourning the loss of Ruby, David and Izuku. They had all moved away from the mines and to the lake in the center of Peak. But as they mourned, they began to feel a rumble beneath them. David and Ruby came flying out of the lake. Ruby was holding on to David for dear life, whilst David was enjoying the experience. David, Ruby said. Ruby, David said. Mama didn't give us a landing strategy, Ruby yelled. I know, David yelled. David and Ruby screamed as they began to fall back down towards Peak. Suddenly they were pulled further up into the air. Whoops. Guess I went a bit overboard with my exit, Deku said. David and Ruby opened their eyes. They were being carried by Deku in his arms. As they started to fall back down, they noticed something new. Deku was wearing a white cloak. Specifically, Summer's white cloak. Why do you have my mother's cloak? Ruby asked. Funny story about that, Deku said. What does that mean? David asked. She gave it to me after she, Deku said. After she what? Ruby asked. After she kissed me, Deku admitted. She what David and Ruby yelled. Just after David and Ruby had rocketed up towards the surface. So, how do I get Deku said, turning back to Summer, but he was cut off. Summer had planted her lips on his. Deku's face went flush in embarrassment. Summer then pulled back. Why? Why did you? Just kiss me, Deku asked, stuttering. We don't have the time to talk anymore, at least here, Summer said. Huh? But where else can we talk, Deku asked. In your subconscious, of course. You're no stranger to others in your mind, so I decided to move in. I hope you don't mind, Summer said. Not at all. I think Nana would love to have another woman to talk to. But was the kiss really necessary, Deku asked. It was a thank you for looking after my daughters, and I ask you keep doing so, Summer said. Of course I will, Deku said. Thank you, Summer said. Summer then removed her cloak and put it over Deku. You best get going now, Ruby and David don't have a landing strategy. I'll give you a hand as well, Summer said. Right, thank you. And Summer, Deku said. Yes dear, Summer questioned. I swear on my life that I will make sure you are rescued in one piece. You have my word, Deku said. Summer smiled. Good luck, then Summer said. Deku then soared up to Remnant's surface. After explaining what happened, Deku slowly floated back down to the ground. How? Why? Evelyn yelled. Why what? Deku asked. Last we checked you died under a mountain. Now we see you three burst out of the lake, Young yelled. What the hell happened down there? Titania asked. David, Izuku, Ruby. I'm so glad, Penny cried. Well, when the mountain fell, the ground opened, Ruby said. We fell for a pretty long time. And then David said. And then they joined me, as I had fallen before them, and someone else who was down there, Deku said. Ruby then began to cry. Young. Ruby said. What is it? Ruby Young asked. Mom, Ruby said. What? Young asked. I've met Mom, Young. I've really met her, Ruby cried. Wait, what? But she's dead, Young said. Oh, she's certainly alive. How do you think I got this cloak? Deku asked. Everyone else then finally registered the cloak. What the fuck? Young yelled. Ruby then explained what happened. Are you sure you didn't just hallucinate it? Ruby Blake asked. Except me and David can confirm everything. Would be a bit weird if we all had the same identical hallucination, Deku said. And it also wouldn't explain how they survived and what happened in the water. And speaking of which, what the hell happened in the water? Jack asked. Summer is alive, Bella said. Well, in a few words. That was Summer giving me some of her aura, Ruby sharing her semblance and aura with me. And the final step of my semblance, according to her, David said. The final step of your semblance? Jack asked. That's what Mom said, yes. I don't know exactly what it did to us, but it felt like my own semblance, except it was like a gajillion times stronger, Ruby said. Strong enough to literally overcome the speed of an underground water source, its pressure, surface pressure, and gravity long enough to raise that high, Peach said. I guess, David said. And Izuku, you were able to double that speed. You caused all of the water to leave the lake for a few moments, Peach said. I did. Cool. Wait. I must have drenched you all. I'm so sorry, Deku said. No worries. We were able to avoid the splashdown. So don't worry, and could you possibly do it again? Peach asked. Mom, Titania said. Titania then pulled Peach away. I guess the math got to the professor's head. Anyway, if what she said is true, Jack said. What? Of course it is, Ruby yelled. Alright. Then we finally got a lucky break if it's really going to be a long time before anything else happens with the boss. The part about further enemies in particular gives me assurance that they will be occupied, Jack said. It has something to do with me, doesn't it? Janara asked. I can't think of anything with enough power and motive. Whatever the reason, it's tied to your creation and the enemy, Amber said. That sounds like a lovely story, but we've got enough to tell Dad as it is, Young said. Oh my gods, yes. Dad. We've got to call him right now, Ruby said. True, but let me begin. Alright, Young said. What? No. I want to be the one to give him the news, Ruby said. With a side of a heart attack. I know from experience. Deku, come help me convince Dad without giving him a heart attack, Young yelled. Okay, Deku said. Hold on a minute, mister. I have a burning question for you. Why are you floating? Weiss asked. Deku then noticed that he hadn't stopped floating in the air. I've also been wondering that, Blake said. Now that you mention it, it is weird. How are you floating? Young asked. I guess I should tell the rest of you about who I actually am, Deku said. And what does that mean? Weiss asked. And does that mean the others know? Blake asked. Yep, you three are the only ones who don't know, Deku said. Wait, so Ruby knows? Ruby, what is he keeping from us? Young asked. He's from another world, Ruby said. What? The three yelled. The others chuckled. I'm extremely disappointed in you, David, Jack said. David's face fell. All of this could have been avoided if you hadn't jumped the gun and acted on a hunch. I'm glad we're all okay, but the only reason that happened is because of dumb luck, Jack said. Well. Also because he stayed behind, truth tell, Janara said. I know. And I doubt I can dole out any harsher punishment than what must be going through your head right now. Just. Partner, how can I trust you ever again after this? Jack asked. Jack then walked away. Penny and Evelyn were standing a few feet away. I want to go to him, Penny said. Me too. We can't. Or you'll ruin it, Evelyn said. Over with Bella and Thilla. Bella. What's wrong? Thilla asked. Summer. Is alive, Bella said. Yes, Thilla said. But she needs help. Help only Ruby can provide. But she's not ready yet. She can't even look for her. And who knows how long that is going to take, if they had already been looking for her with no success, Bella said. They were probably looking for a body, Thilla said. Yes. They probably were, Bella said. Bella, your soul, Thilla said. Reason more to hit the road. Maybe we'll chance on an alternative along the way, Bella said. Together, then, Thilla said. I wouldn't have it any other way, Bella said. Just before everyone boarded the bullhead back to Beacon. Jack was out on the wall of peak looking over the camp and everyone down there. Deku then stepped out onto the balcony she was on. Oh, hey Jack, Deku said. Hey Izuku, managed to finally get away from Team RWBY? Jack asked. Yeah, Ruby and Young are now calling their father, while Weiss and Blake are taking time to process the truth, Deku said. I see, Jack said. The two stared into the distance. Do you think I was too harsh on David? Jack asked. Perhaps, but being harsher is better than being too soft on him. Remember, he's only about 5.5 months old, he doesn't have the experience of life like we do. They played him like a fool. They used his desire to end this and go back to a normal life with the ones who he loves are safe and sound. Wouldn't you want the same thing? Deku asked. Yeah, I would. I still wish I could have done something back then, Jack said. Moving on, what happened down in the mines? Deku asked. I froze, Jack said. You froze? Deku questioned. Yeah. I've never seen you so angry, and seeing you at 100% it was terrifying to see, more terrifying than any grim I have ever encountered, Jack said. That's a good thing to hear, Deku said. How so, Jack asked. Well, if I'm more terrifying than any grim, then all you need to do is get used to me like that, and then you can face any grim in the future without fear, Deku said. Jack laughed. Is that my punishment, Jack asked. No. This is, Deku said. Deku then started to tickle Jack. Hey. Why? Why are you tickling me, Jack asked, between laughs. To get rid of that gloomy mood you have, Deku said. Well, it's gone now. So stop, Jack said. Nope, Deku said. Then take this, Jack said, starting to tickle Deku back. The two started roughhousing until Jack ended up on top of Deku. The two looked into each other's eyes whilst blushing and breathing heavily. Evelyn then came round the corner to see Deku and Jack looking out into the distance. Hey guys. The bullhead will be coming into land soon, Evelyn said. Okay. Thanks, Evelyn, Jack said, quickly walking away. We'll take our seat now, Deku said, doing the same. Evelyn stared as they left. She then smirked, realizing that something had happened. It's only a matter of time, Evelyn sang. Evelyn then went to join everyone on the bullhead. A while later the bullhead landed back to Beacon, finally returning home after such an eventful day. Ruby, young, what? What you're saying? It's impossible, Tai said. Dad, Ruby said. When she died, Crow, he was there, and Tai said. But they never found her body, did they? Ruby asked. No, but... Please, don't do this to me, not after all these years, Tai said. Dad, she told me something about my silver eyes. And she said she'll need my help to come back home. That's something you never told me, and young. And you know Uncle Crow didn't either, otherwise I would have been boasting about my awesome powers and trying to activate them by squinting my eyes hard enough. So, who else would ever know and have a motive to tell me? Also, the pictures I sent you. Where else do you think the cloak and brooch came from? Ruby asked. Summer is. Oh gods, Tai choked. Glinda was listening in and absolutely shocked to hear that Summer was alive. I think I need a drink. And possibly a shag, Glinda said. Amber and Peach were surprised by what Glinda said. I know what I said and I stand by it, Glinda yelled. Peach smiled. That can be arranged. Amber, if you could please, Peach asked. It'll be my pleasure, Amber said. Amber then disappeared. So, what are you going to do with Peach now? Deku asked. Why are you asking me? Janara asked. Well, the boss is gone, so it's pretty much your city, isn't it? I mean, you've been taking care of it for so long, Titania said. Yeah, but that was all a trick, wasn't it? I really have no idea. I mean, just protecting it for the sake of protecting it is useless, Janara said. Hence the question. Are you going to do anything with it? Deku asked. I don't know, Janara said. Over with Penny, David, Jack, Bella and Thilla. So, you're leaving? Jack asked. Yeah, Bella said. It's probably better for everyone, Thilla said. But you're rid of them for good now. I hoped, Jack said. Hey, Mom, I'm your daughter. No, that's just my body that now belongs to someone else. Also, she goes crazy on a regular basis, Thilla said. When you put it like that, Jack said. Still, you shouldn't do it alone, Penny said. Can't do it any other way. Not like you can leave Beacon. You've got Amber to think about, Thilla said. You've got the headmistress on your side now, but still, with Ozpin and everything else, our presence would just cause more trouble than it's really worth. You can't protect everyone from everything all the time, Bella said. And David asked. And Bella asked. Those are all well and good reasons, but they are not really enough for us to let you go comfortably when your mind's deteriorating again. We can search for an alternative together, later. We could hide you from the headmaster in Peak, David said. I don't want you to see me like that ever again, Bella said. That's that. We'll keep in touch when we can, but, for the most part, we'll try and keep underground, Thilla said. Be careful, okay? And don't you dare die on me, Jack said. On us. Just when we could be friends, Penny said. We'll be, I promise, and please don't tell Ruby, Bella said. Understood. Goodbye, Thilla. Bella, Penny said. Just be careful, out there. And come back soon, David said. We'll come back when we're successful, Thilla said. And big brother, when I come back, could we please go on another date, Bella asked. As many as you want, David said. Bella and Thilla then left. And that's that. So what's next on the timetable, Deku said. Amber, of course. We need to help her, Jack said. We need more time to do that, though. So we need to not get expelled, David said. Also, there's the whole developing situation with Cinderfall, Penny said. There's also finding out how I can get home before it's too late, Deku said. But before we have to deal with what's coming up in 2 weeks. The Vital Festival opening dance, Evelyn said. They all looked and stared at Evelyn. Look, someone had to lighten the mood here. Can we just relax for a bit after the crazy day we've just had, Evelyn asked. I guess so. It'll be nice to relax for a change and just have some fun, Deku said. Well, if you want some fun. Miss Goodwitch has invited all of us to come join her for a drink. And a shag, Evelyn said. What, the others yelled. You heard me, Evelyn said. Wait. When you say all of us, do you mean, David asked, turning around. They looked to see all members of Team RWBY blushing, and Titania with Amber, blushing as well. Yep, Evelyn said. Oh my, Penny said. Come on now. It's rude to keep girls waiting, Evelyn said, pushing Penny, David and Deku towards them. That invite also extends to you too, Jackie. Just think about the hot girls and the 2 MILFs you can play with. And you can finally confront your feelings for Aiju, Evelyn whispered. No. No thanks, Jack said. Your loss, Evelyn said. Evelyn then went to join the others. Jack watched her go and then looked at Deku. Her face went flush and she turned away. Gods damn it, Evelyn, Jack said. Jack then went to her team's room. Titania went to take Janara home before going to meet back up with the others who were going to Glinda's room. Jack was currently lying in bed completely awake. Despite the fact that their room was finally quiet for once, she could not sleep. Bitch, why the fuck did you say no? Jack's inner thoughts asked. I don't know, Jack thought. Jack then got out of bed and went over to Evelyn's drawer. She grabbed something from it and went back to her bed, undressing and leaving her nightwear on the floor as she went. Aijuku, Jack moaned. Monday. Day 169. Deku woke up in bed drenched in sweat and exhausted. The previous night's activities had really worn him out. God damn. Last night was, Deku said. Wonderful, Amber asked. Exhilarating, Summer asked. Sensual, Nana asked. All of the above. But I was going to say a blur. I don't remember anything from last night. The last thing I can recall is heading to Glinda's room with everyone and having a couple of drinks. I don't even remember when you 3 arrived, Deku said. Deku's eyes then went wide. Wait, what? Deku yelled. Finally realized, my dear. Oh my, and here I thought you were a smart one, Summer said. Cut him some slack, love, he had an exhausting night pleasuring all of us, Nana said. I know. I just like teasing him. His reactions are adorable, Summer said. They are indeed, Nana said. Amber. Please tell me that these aren't the real Summer and Nana, and just a creation from your dream creation, Deku asked. I wish I could give you the answer you want, sorry. Those are the real Summer and Nana, Amber said. Why, Deku asked. Why, you ask? Because it's been many years since the both of us last had some fun, Summer said. And we're not finished yet. Amber, please take us to a club of the adult variety, Nana said. Of course, Amber said. You're not stopping them, Deku asked. What do you want me to do? They are scary, Amber said. How am I going to explain this to the others, especially Ruby and young Deku said. Deku then found himself sitting down in a club whilst surrounded by Amber, Summer and Nana. After what felt like hours, Nana and Summer were satisfied and allowed Deku to leave. Deku woke up to find himself surrounded by the girls. Have I made a huge mistake in my life, Deku asked. Deku stared at the ceiling. Nah, Deku said. Eventually everyone else woke up and went their separate ways to wash up and get changed before heading off to class. After the school day had come to an end, the members of Team JPDE, minus Evelyn, were in the cafeteria. She's taking a while, isn't she, David said. Well, the postage bullhead isn't always punctual. But give or take a few minutes, it should, Jack said. Jack then got a message. Well, there she is. Audio message, Jack said. Jack then played the message. Get your butts to the room right away. Hurry, 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 Evelyn yelled. We should get her lunch to go, Deku said. I think that's advisable. She was so excited about the accessories, Penny said. Still, is fitting the thing with all the accessories on such a big deal, David asked. Well, it certainly is for her. But still, I doubt she's going to need to make any serious adjustments, Jack said. The four then went to their room and got changed. David was the first to finish. He was wearing a black suit with a light blue shirt and tie, and a grey vest as well. It looks great on you, David, Amber said, blushing. Thank you. Evelyn did a great job designing these, didn't she, David said. Yes, she even accounted for your mass increase over the months. Huff, I wish I was able to get changed into a dress too, Amber said. I know what you mean, David said. Penny and Jack then came out of the bathroom. Jack was wearing a purple and blue dress, and Penny was wearing a red and gold dress. Still not feeling the dress. I should have just gotten a suit, Jack said. Nonsense, Jack. You look absolutely fetching, charming and captivating, don't you agree, David, Penny said. Yeah, you do. How can you face down a gargantuan grim, but be scared of showing your legs, David said. Jack said. Oh, for the love of the gods, Evelyn yelled. What's going on in there, David said. Fuck your hair, Izuku Midoriya, Evelyn yelled. Why is it so important that you do my hair? And why do I have to wear this outfit, Deku asked. Because you are one of the most popular boys in the school. You have to look your best in front of everyone, Evelyn said. Sounds like Izuku is having hair trouble, Penny said. I kind of agree with Evelyn, his hair is a mess, Jack said. Fucking finally. All my hard work, it's finally paid off, Evelyn said. Now that I see the final product, I see what you mean, Deku said. Hey, are you two going to come out? We're all waiting, David said. Okay, be right there, Evelyn said. Evelyn then came out. She was wearing a pink dress with golden accessories. How do I look, Evelyn said. You look amazing, Evelyn, Penny said. You're stunning, as always, David said. Yes, yes. Praise me more, Evelyn said. Hold on a minute, why hasn't Izuku come out, Jack asked. Because I told him to wait for my announcement, Evelyn said. Seriously, Jack said. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? Introducing the Prince of Beacon Academy, Prince Izuku Midoriya, Evelyn said. Deku then stepped out. He was wearing a red and black military coat and white trousers. His hair was also slicked back. "Oh, my gods. He really does look like a prince," Penny said. "You've really outdone yourself," Evelyn, David said. "I know I have," Evelyn said. "I do still think that all of this is a bit overkill," Deku said. "Oh, not you too. Jack is worried about her dress." "We don't need you doing the same," Penny said. "Huh. Jack, you're worried about your dress?" "But you look absolutely stunning," Deku said. "You really think so?" Jack asked, blushing. "I do," Deku said. "I think you look stunning as well," Jack said. "Thanks," Deku said. "Do you two want some privacy to start snogging each other?" Evelyn said. Deku and Jack went beet red. "Shut up," Deku and Jack yelled. "Okay, let's calm down before these outfits get destroyed before the after party," David said. "I agree. Moving on, what should we do with our invites?" Penny asked. "Invites? What invites?" David asked. "From what we've gathered, each first and second year student will be granted one invite for another person. It can be used to bring someone outside of the school to the dance as a +1," Evelyn said. "I've also heard that in years past, students used it as an impromptu declaration. Since you have to come through the main door with your +1 on your arm, old school," Jack said. "So between the 5 of us we have 5 invites." "So who are we inviting?" David asked. "Well, 2 are for Titania and Janera, of course," Deku said. "My thoughts exactly," Penny said. "You can leave them to us," Evelyn said. "Of course you'd jump at the opportunity to leave Janera on the dance floor while she's wearing a dress," Jack said. "That leaves us with 3 more invites," Deku said. "Would have loved to invite Bella and Thilla, but," Jack said. Everyone's face fell. "Well, if it's all the same to you, I'll use my invite on Miss Lavender," Jack said. "Oh," David said. "Isn't she a bit too old for you?" Jackie, Evelyn asked. "That's what she says, yes. But I just would like to thank her for her help by granting her a pass into Beacon, know what I mean?" Jack said. "Ah yes, for her help, of course," Deku teased. "Shut," Jack said. "Makes sense. Go with my blessing," Penny said. "And mine. And what about you, my hunks? Who are the 2 of you going to use your invites on?" Evelyn said. Honestly, I have no idea," David said. "Neither do I, but I think there should be something special for whoever we invite," Deku said. "What do you mean?" Evelyn asked. "Well, we are close with a lot of people, so inviting one of them to the dance would be something special to them and would naturally elevate them above the rest, you understand?" Deku asked. "I understand, inviting one of them to the dance would show that they are more special to us than the other," Penny said. "Yeah, so I was thinking the 4 of us should all get the opportunity to invite to our..." "What do we call the 4 of us at the top of our relationship?" Deku asked. The council," David suggested. "Council will do. We can invite someone to the council to be on the same level as us. Me and David will use them along with our invites, whilst Evelyn and Penny can use them later on," Deku said. "I see. I'm okay with that," David said. "I'm on board with the idea," Penny said. "Makes sense. I'm on board," Evelyn said. "All right then. Now I guess we should get thinking," David, Deku said. "I suggest the both of you make your choices soon. Coco needs to finalize the names of all participants this coming Sunday," Penny said. "Sunday, got it," David said. "Now that we've tried on our ballroom attire, we should," Deku said. All of a sudden, Deku's hair puffed out back to its original bushy curly mess. "Motherfucker," Evelyn yelled. Izuku was currently studying in his team's room. "Hey, Izuku. Do you have a moment?" Penny asked. "I always have time for you, Pen," Deku said. Penny smiled brightly. Izuku always liked seeing her smile like that. "What do you need?" Deku asked. "Well, it's not really what I need. It's what Seal needs," Penny said. "Oh. Is she in trouble?" Deku asked. Oh no, it's nothing like that. She just needs some help with an experiment, Penny said. What kind of experiment? Deku asked. I am unable to disclose that information as I have not been made privy to it. Seal told me that the experiment contains highly classified information, Penny said. If that's so, then why is she asking for my help? Deku said. I asked that as well. She told me that she needed someone with great power and versatility to perform the experiment, and you were the first person that came to her mind, Penny said. Deku said. What is it? Penny asked. I think there's something more to this, Deku said. What do you mean? Penny asked. I think Seal is trying to clue us in on something with the Atlas military. Perhaps she's trying to give us an insight to the new AK units to see what they could do, Deku said. That actually makes a lot of sense, Penny said. If that's the case, we shouldn't waste this opportunity, Deku said. Affirmative, Penny said. Deku and Penny then headed out for the lab ship. As they walked to the Bullhead landing, Penny texted Seal. He's agreed to help with the experiment, and eager to begin, Penny texted. The two then arrived on the lab ship and met with Seal. Salutations, Seal, Penny said. Hi, Deku said. Hello to the both of you. Please follow me, Seal said. Seal began to lead them through the lab ship. Now, I assume you two are wondering what kind of top-secret experiment you are going to be participating in and wondering why I asked for you, Izuku Midoriya, Seal said. I have been wondering that. Does it involve the new AKMH-1 units? Deku asked. Seal stopped and smiled. I calculated a 90% chance that you would figure the experiment out. You are a smart one, Izuku Midoriya, Seal said. The timing made it quite clear to me. But what I can't understand is, why have you been put in charge of this experiment and how are you allowed to involve us? Deku said. The answer to both is nepotism, Seal said. What do you mean by that? Penny asked. Remember, my father is the creator of the AKMH-1S, so he's in charge of any testing and experiments on them. Sadly though, he is unable to make the trip to Vale to oversee the experiment, so he suggested that I take his place, Seal said. I see, but that doesn't explain why you were able to get me and Izuku involved, Penny said. The day the new units arrived, I was talking to my father. Once I heard about these units, I told him I had to go and tell you guys about them. He was surprised that I had friends and asked about you guys. I told him what I could without revealing any secrets. He knows that you're against Ozpin and his inner circle and don't like these units around. So he convinced Ironwood to allow me to perform the experiment in his place so that I could get you guys a look at the new AKMH-1S, Seal said. But isn't that considered a high-risk security breach? Deku asked. It is, but father told me not to worry. He said that the friends I have made are more important than the secrecy of some silly little robots, Seal said. Penny giggled. Papa was the same. He always wanted me to make friends first and foremost. When I got involved with Ruby and the dockyard incident, he was angry that I had gotten into a fight, but after he heard I made a friend, he lighted up. And after I met David, he was more than happy to allow me to attend Beacon, Penny said. Seems like family is more important than anything else to both your fathers, Deku said. It appears so. We've talked long enough. We have an experiment to run, Seal said. May I ask what the test will entail? Penny asked. It's quite simple really, it's more so a test run than anything else. The AKMH-1S have an advanced AI that allows them to adapt to a target's attack patterns and abilities and chose the best course of action to take them down. The Atlas military wants to test that AI against Grim, but first they need to test them against a new threat in a controlled environment, Seal said. I see. But I have to ask, where are we going to conduct this test? Deku asked. In here, Seal said. Seal then opened a door to a large room. What? What is this room? Penny asked. It's a prototype of a new simulation room that Professor Polendina had been working on, before coming to Vale. It is designed to create projections of any Grim in a database, though no such function has been implemented. Right now, it's just an empty room, which is perfect for the test run, Seal said. I see. This room can be very useful in training against Grim in future when it's up and running, Deku said. That's the idea. But enough talk for now, we have a test to run. Me and Penny will be up in the observation room, watching over the test and looking at the data collected. I would suggest that you don't go all out, otherwise you may find it hard to fight them in the future, Seal said. I understand, Deku said. Penny and Seal then went to the observation room. Seal, aren't you going a little far to get close with Izuku? Penny asked. Huh? What do you mean? Seal asked. Wait. So this isn't about getting with Izuku? Penny asked. Seal blushed. Why would you think that? Seal asked. Because you got those upgrades, didn't you? Penny asked. I did, Seal said. And you want to be closer to Izuku, right? Penny asked. Yes. But I'm not, Seal said. You've watched me, Evelyn and Izuku having our first threesome, Penny said. What? How do you? I mean no, Seal said. Make sure you close your tabs and erase your history next time, Penny said. But does he like me like that? Seal said. He likes you enough to have a wet dream of you giving him a blowjob, Penny said. Seal froze and looked away. Wait a minute, Penny said. Are you ready, Izuku? Seal asked. Izuku gave a thumbs up. It's a robot riot, Deku said. Deku then charged at the AKMH-1S, quickly taking several of them out. Target possess enhanced strength and speed. Deploying electric traps and tether, AKMH-1 said. The units then shot out several discs across the room. Stun me and bind me. Cleaver, Deku said. The robots continued to shoot at Deku, but he could tell something was off. They are shooting around me, not at me. They are trying to lead me into their traps. Gotta be careful, danger sense doesn't seem to work against robots. Guess it's because there is no malice behind their actions, Deku thought. Deku landed on a wall and was about to bounce off it when an electrical trap went off. Izuku fell to the ground and was wrapped up by several tether traps. You think this can hold me? Deku asked. Target trapped. Switching to gravity bullets, AKMH-1 said. Deku was then hit with several gravity bullets, increasing the gravity on him. Deku fell to the ground and screamed in pain as his body started to break. Deactivate, Seal said. Penny rushed down to Deku. Izuku. Are you okay? Penny asked. I'm mostly alright, Deku said. Oh, my gods, I'm so sorry, Izuku. I didn't think this would happen, Seal said. Well, that's kind of a thing to be expected, and I've experienced worse. And look on the bright side, I'd say the test was a success. They took me down in less than 10 minutes, Deku said. I think you should be worried about yourself rather than the test. You probably have suffered several fractures and bruises all over your body, Penny said. As I said. I've suffered worse, Deku said. Still, we should check you out in the infirmary, Seal said. Fair enough, Deku said. The three then went to the infirmary so Deku could be checked out. Deku had suffered several injuries, but they were all non-serious and he was all healed in a couple of minutes. Now that your injuries are all healed, it's time to look at the data, Seal said. Seal then walked over to a table. Hey, Izuku, Penny said. Yes, Penny, Deku asked. Seal actually has one more test to run, Penny said. Really? Okay then, what is the test? Deku asked. Turn around, Penny said. Deku turned around to see a sight. Seal was bent over a table while she was looking at the data, however this action caused her skirt to rise and show everything. Seal, Deku said. Yes, Izuku. What is it? Seal asked, turning her head to face him. Your skirt is riding up, Deku said. Seal face flushed bright red. Hold on. Am I hallucinating? Do you? Deku asked. All of a sudden Penny pushed Deku into Seal, his crotch pressing up against her rear. You're not hallucinating, Izuku. Seal has gotten some upgrades since the last time you saw her undercarriage, Penny said. Penny. Stop your lewd actions this instant, Seal yelled. Penny pushed forward, causing Deku and Seal to moan. My lewd actions. Big talk coming from the girl who got an upgrade to fuck the guy she likes and refuses to wear any form of underwear, Penny said. That's... Seal said. Wait, Seal, you like me as in? Deku asked. Oh, she does. Tell him, Seal, Penny said. I do like you, Izuku. But I never wanted to tell you this way, Seal said. I didn't think you would. Penny, why are you doing this? Let us go, Deku demanded. Not until I hear your response, Izuku. You shouldn't keep a girl waiting for an answer to her confession. So do you like her back? Penny asked. I do, Deku said. Gotta give me more than that. Do you like her sexy mocha body pressed against your crotch? And don't lie, your crotch has already told me the answer, Penny said. Yes, Deku said. And Seal, do you like Izuku's thick throbbing road pressed against your fat ass? Penny asked. I do find it extremely arousing, Seal said. I can tell, by the way you're swaying it. And now that you two have confessed, the fun can begin, Penny said. What do you mean by? Deku asked. Penny moved quickly, her hand reached down and undid Izuku's zipper before thrusting forward. Deku and Seal moaned out in pleasure. And after that push, Deku and Seal went to town for the rest of the afternoon. Deku had gone to Team RWBY's room to tell Young about his outing with Raven. Deku expected only to be speaking with Young, but Ruby was included. So, why is Ruby here? Deku asked. Simple. It's my room, too, Ruby said. Mystery solved, Young said. Funny. But seriously, you're okay with dragging her into the whole thing too? Deku asked. Young sighed. Yeah. Also, considering my dad has been trying to get me to talk to him through Ruby. She's involved already. Might as well explain, Young said. I guess this has something to do with the holes Young punched in the wall. And with Raven, Ruby said. Okay. I'll summarize and explain what I remember with how the night went with Raven, Deku said. Night out. With Raven, Ruby asked. Long story, Deku said. Hold on, what do you mean by what you can remember? Young asked. Well, she wanted to go out drinking with me, so I tried to pace myself, but Raven wasn't having it. But I think we went through everything before I got drunk. Last thing I remember was telling her about me, Deku said. Okay then. What did she say? Young asked. Well, for starters, I can say with almost absolute certainty that your mother never wanted to leave you. Her reaction when you met was genuine, Deku said. I have no idea how to feel about that, Young said. Where? You mean Raven? But she did, Ruby said. Not because she wanted. Another thing that I got out of her as we talked is that she's prideful and she has a code of honor. It's clear to me that your mother left you because she made a promise. She gave her word that she would keep away from you. Most probably to your father, Deku said. But that doesn't make any sense. Dad was destroyed. He was so hurt when she left and that can't be, Ruby said. I know, which makes me think. Well, maybe. Just like Raven was forced to leave you because of a promise she made to your father. Maybe Tai was forced to ask your mother to leave you, Deku said. What the hell happened between the two of them? Young asked. Wish I knew, Deku said. You do? Young asked. Other than the obvious fact that I care about you, handing out with Raven isn't exactly healthy. My head was still pounding when I woke up in the VIP room of juniors the morning after, Deku said. Okay, I don't want to minimize the revelations about the reason why she wasn't there as we grew up, but there's another question. Why is she here now? Ruby asked. That's a good question. Considering what I know of her so far, I don't think she would ever break her word. So maybe it's because the time for whatever promise she made ran out, Deku suggested. Maybe. Is it because I'm in Beacon now? If you get accepted into higher education institute for hunters, you're, for all intent and purposes, an adult, Young said. Makes sense. She promised to stay away from you until you became an adult. And now that time has come, Deku said. That still doesn't explain why she seems more interested in you than me, though, Young said. Your guess is as good as mine. But maybe it has something to do with the fact that, considering what you told us of her reaction when you talked, I don't think Taeyong was supposed to keep the reason why she left from you. Whatever she wanted to discuss with you, it required you to know that, growing up, Deku said. And that leads into her spending time with my boyfriend instead of me. How exactly? Young said. Don't know. Guess that mean I have to go out with her again, Deku said. Was it that bad? What did you do? Ruby asked. I wouldn't say it was bad. She dragged me around almost all of Vale, showing me all the places she used to go to when she was a student, Deku said. Really? Young asked. Yeah. And then she started telling me stuff about her past, and her father, Deku said. She did? Ruby asked. Yeah. And then about what she was doing right now, what her life is like, Deku said. And then she made you go drink with her? Ruby asked. Yeah, after she revealed something to me that she never wanted to leave. Young, she needed a drink, to which I did willingly join her for a few, but Deku said. She insisted you drink more? Ruby said. Yeah, Deku said. Ah. This is so unfair. Why do you get to do things I've always dreamed of doing with my mother? Spending time with her, getting to learn about her life. Why is she so fixated on you and not me? Young yelled. Calm down, Young. I'm sure she has her reasons, just like everything else, Deku said. I know, but I still wish it was me, Young said. Do you though? She was constantly looking for ways to mess with me. Sounds like someone I know, Deku said. I wonder who? Young said. Perhaps a beautiful, stunning blonde, Deku said. Or Young said. That's my cue to leave, bye, Ruby said. Ruby then left the room, leaving Deku and Young alone to get busy. Meanwhile in Vale. No. No, no, no. On the off chance that it would make me look stupid. You never know with teens, Raven said. Okay, seriously, what the hell are you doing? Crow asked. Well, I thought even your alcohol-damaged brain would have enough cells left together to identify shopping when you saw it, brother dearest, Raven said. Shopping? Really? Crow questioned. Oh, wow, the alcohol poisoning did more damage than I thought, Raven said. Shouldn't you be speaking to Young, so you can make your proposal and just be done with it once she refuses? Crow asked. Well, aren't we pretty convinced of that? Although I agree, letting her think that her mother abandoned her at birth does weigh pretty unfavorably in my direction, Raven said. It was for her own good, Crow said. That's your justification for everything, isn't it? The Ozpin school of thought. Hiding stuff from the public. It's for their own good. Letting a girl grow up thinking her mother didn't want her. It's for her own good, Raven said. Letting Ozpin play with my body and soul. For my own good, right? Who wouldn't want to be able to turn into a bird at will? Raven asked. You can't just keep bringing that up, Crow said. I'll bring it up as much as I want, thank you very much. Especially since you haven't learned by it, Raven said. I've apologized more times than I can count, and I will carry the shame for my entire life. What more do you want? Crow asked. I want a twin who would actually try and think of my opinion instead of telling Ozpin it was totes okay to alter my soul like he did yours. I want a first love who would keep his word as I kept mine and not let my daughter think I'm a complete monster. I want to at least try and entertain the possibility that you and Ozpin might be wrong. I want you to stop leaving all the critical thinking to me and Summer. And while we're on that subject, I want my best friend back, you stupid son of a bitch, Raven said. Don't assume for a minute that you're the only one who misses her. And don't think you can use my failures to prove you're right, here. What you want for Young is wrong. Always has been, Crow said. Which is why you let her grow up in a lie. Maybe letting her know that her mother loved her would have been a good thing after Summer died and Tai Young became a useless waste of space, don't you think, Raven said. Crow went silent. This stopped being about Young a long time ago. This is about not having her hate the two of you. And I don't know much about Ruby, but if she's anything like Summer, Raven said. I know. But if it stops Young from making a mistake, Crow said. Has it yet to occur to you that all things considered, she might accept just to spite you and Tai Young, now, Raven asked. Young is better than that, Crow said. She's also a teen whose life growing up has been hell because of your actions. Think carefully about what she's been through because of you and tell me to my face that there's a 0 chance of her deciding everything you've ever taught her is shit. But at the same time, I have no idea how much bullcrap you've filled her head with. You might have very well brainwashed her beyond help. Which is why I need a backup plan. If you'll excuse me, brother dearest. I need to go back to my shopping, Raven said. Raven then walked away. A backup plan. What kind of backup plan to that could involve, Crow thought. Crow then had a realization. Oh hell no, Crow yelled. Tuesday. Day 170. After their night of fun activities, Deku and Young woke up and had now gotten ready for school, but before heading out, Deku had given more details about what Raven told him. Well, my mother's side of the family is something else, isn't it? Young asked. Yeah. I know what you said, but I didn't really feel like discussing this in front of Ruby, Deku said. I'd have to agree with you. She's dealing with enough stuff regarding our family right now. She doesn't really need to know that Mom killed my grandfather too, Young said. Mom, how? Deku asked. Well, yeah, what? What about it? Young asked. Nothing much, just. You know. It's cute, Deku said. Listen, I know she isn't a perfect person and... I mean, the first thing she did was cut and paralyze me and threaten to kill my father. Still, you have no idea what kind of weight off my shoulders it is, knowing that my mother loves me. And that she didn't want to leave me, Young said. Deku's scroll then went off. Well, speak of the devil, and she comes a-calling, Deku said. Wait, seriously? She's calling you right now? Young asked. No, it's just a message, let's see, Deku said. Deku then read the message. Meet me in your homeroom class, Deku said. And wear your school uniform. What kind of stupid request is that? Young asked. Wish I knew. Wish I knew. This can't be good, Deku said. Well, sorry honey, but if we want this relationship to work, you're gonna have to get along with your mother-in-law. And bring me her secrets, Young said. You are so alike, on certain points, Deku said. Oh, thanks. Good points, I hope, Young asked. Pointy points. I feel positively prickled from both sides, right now, Deku said. Anyway, try and not get drunk this time. Remember that no alcohol is allowed on school grounds, Young said. I don't think Raven cares for school rules, just like you, Deku said. Hey. That's not true, Young said. So you didn't have a giant food fight the mess hall, Deku said. It's called a mess hall for a reason, Young said. Sure it is, Deku said, leaving the room. Hey. Get back here, Young yelled. Outside of the room, a raven flew down past the window. Penny and Evelyn had noticed that things had been awkward between Deku and Nora for several weeks and so decided to confront him after class that day. They cornered him in their room's kitchen and asked what happened between them. To which Deku explained. Sorry for not telling guys sooner, but I felt so embarrassed about not being able to control my libido, Deku said. She literally put your libido into overdrive with one kiss. How is that even possible? It takes a lot more from us to do that, Evelyn said. Theoretically, overstimulation may lead to something like that, but with a singular kiss. I'll have to research, Penny said. Penny, honey. It was rhetorical question, Evelyn said. Huh. I thought you two would have been more angry with me, Deku said. Oh, we are angry at you. Quite angry. We're angry at you because we had to corner you to tell us what happened between you and Nora, Penny said. We can't really be angry at you for your libido. Especially since we brought it out. But as punishment, no sex for a week, Evelyn said. Okay, fair enough. But are you two sure you can wait that long, Deku asked. Evelyn and Penny blushed. Evelyn said. Calculating, Penny said. Deku chuckled. Anyways. What a mess. Ren had warned me that she was particular, but I thought she could be just frustrating, not. This, Deku said. Don't worry, Izuku. We'll talk to Nora about this, Penny said. Yeah. We'll make sure she doesn't do that sort of thing again, Evelyn said. Okay. But please don't be too hard on her. She probably wasn't expecting me to lose it like that. And I've been thinking about her request, and I want to help her with her problem, Deku said. That's understandable, but she needs to know that she went too far this time, Penny said. Yeah, she did, Deku said. Glad to know you agree with us. Now, mind giving us her number, Evelyn said. All right. Be right back, Deku said. Deku then left the room. Evelyn. I feel like turning my profanity filter off, for some reason, Penny said. Yeah. You're not the only one, believe me, Evelyn said. Meanwhile in Team JNPR's room. Ren said. Ren, you should be professing your renewed love to me and reward me with hugs and pancakes right now, you know. Instead, you're giving me the you usually reserve for when I mess up making a dust grenade. What's with you, Nora asked. Nora, I feel you might have come on to Izuku a bit too strong, Ren said. A bit too strong. He's the one who fucked me till my legs gave out, Nora said. That's true. But you pushed him to the breaking point, and he snapped, Ren said. Okay, I'll admit I may have gone too far. But he wasn't any worse for wear, I swear, Nora said. But the problem is the way you put it. It worries me, Ren said. How so, Nora asked. You laid out the whole situation between the two of us pretty well. Our problems, how we came to think of a possible fix. But the description of it didn't involve him as anything but a means to an end, and the way you used sex appeal to shut him down. Don't you think he may have taken it the wrong way, Ren asked. Oh, nonsense. Izuku is smart. I'm sure he will be able to read between the lines, Nora said. Ren said. Stop that, Nora said. I'm just worried that you may have been a bit too high on your newly found sexual gratification and let the relationship part of the matter fall behind, Ren said. Oh, come on, surely he wouldn't think, Nora said. We'll see. But it's not just him I'm worried about. Considering the factor of David, Evelyn and Penny. Are you sure you were clear enough in making your proposal so that it would stand up to scrutiny when recounted by a third party, Ren asked. I'm sure it would be fine, Nora said. Nora then got a call on her scroll. Hello, who dis, Nora asked. Evelyn, how are you, Nora asked. Yes, I'm available. I'll meet you two in the garden. See you in a bit, Nora said. Nora then hung up. See. I told you everything would be fine. Evelyn's just asked to meet to talk about Izuku. I best be off, don't want to keep them waiting. Bye, Nora said. Nora then left the room. This isn't going to go well, is it? Ren said. Nora had met up with Evelyn and Penny in the Beacon Gardens, and suffice to say, things did not go the way she had hoped. I don't think I heard that correctly, Nora said. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I got a little bit tongue-tied on account of being a bit absolutely livid. Mind repeating for me, girlfriend? Evelyn asked. Not at all. What Evelyn said was verbatim. Stay away from Izuku, you hussy, Penny said. So I heard that right the first time. Okay, look, I think Nora said. What? That you had found yourself someone to bully into being your human dildo, Evelyn said. That's not what I wanted to do, Nora said. You wanted to make sure Izuku wasn't thinking straight, Penny said. I didn't know he would go off the rails after I kissed him. I planned to leave and let him go talk to you. Instead, he turned me into his human pocket pussy, Nora yelled. That doesn't matter at all. You're the one who did that to him. Are you too ashamed by the fact you can't make the guy you love desire you, Evelyn said. Watch your mouth, Nora said. Or what, you're going to kiss me? Evelyn asked. Evelyn, that may have been a bit too far. Izuku did ask us to be nice, Penny said. Why, am I wrong? And fuck that, Izuku is far too soft for his own good, Evelyn said. That's not fair and you know it. And Izuku can stand up for himself, you should know that, Nora said. All I know is that between close encounter of the gym kind, the assault on his tonsils and dick, nothing you said to Izuku alluded to wanting anything out of him except sex. I don't care what kind of problem you have with Ren. It doesn't give you the right to be this pushy with him. What, did you think that just because he's a man you could lead him around by his dick? Evelyn yelled. That wasn't for it, Nora said. Did you think at all? It's not just the two of you in the relationship. Did you think at all about how the rest of us would have taken it, you little? Evelyn yelled. Evelyn, that's enough, Penny yelled, interrupting. I think Nora got the message, Penny said. Just don't come near him again, Evelyn said. Evelyn then walked away. While I think she may have overstepped in her anger, I agree with the sentiment. Stay away from Izuku, Penny said. Penny the left. Ren. I screwed up, Nora cried. Night had now fallen, and now it was time for Deku to meet with Raven in his homeroom class. As Deku entered the classroom, he quickly noticed that the lights were off. Can I turn on the lights? Deku asked. And have someone notice there's people in here past curfew? Come on, now, don't be like that. If I wanted to ambush you, I would have just turned into a raven and dropped on you from the sky, Raven said. Don't remind me. Still, why did I have to wear my school uniform? Deku asked. Oh my gods, stop bellyaching and get down here, already, Raven said. Fine, fine, keep your feathers on, I'm coming, Deku said. Already? I haven't even done anything, Raven said. Shut up, Deku said. Nah. What I have in store for you will make you shut up, Raven said. You're not helping me feel relaxed being in a room with you in the Deku said. He stopped mid-sentence as he saw Raven in a business suit. Well, someone's changed his tune pretty quick, Raven said. Deku stared his mouth agape. Raven laughed. What was that about being old enough to be your mother? Raven asked. What the hell is this? Deku asked. Yeah, it's more of a business suit than an actual teacher uniform, but they didn't really have anything else. Still, I'd say it does its job pretty well nonetheless, wouldn't you agree? Raven asked. Job? What job? Deku asked. Raven smirked. Meanwhile in Team RWBY's room, Young Crow yelled. Crow then burst into the room. Where's your boyfriend? Where's Izuku? Crow asked. Uncle Crow, Ruby questioned. You have a lot of nerve barging in like this considering, Young said. Shut it and tell me unless you want a new sibling, Crow yelled. A new what? Now Young asked. Back in the classroom, I wanted to put you more at ease for the talk that is to come, but it seems like you're more nervous than when I was carrying a sword, Raven said. With a sword I know where the immediate danger is. Without it, I'm not. So of course I'm on guard, Deku said. As you should be. Anyway. Do you want to know what I want from Young or not, Raven said. Of course I do. But wouldn't that break, Deku asked. My promise involved staying away from Young until she was an adult and never telling anyone about the reason why I made that promise. Never said anything about not sharing my plans for my daughter, Raven said. Your plans? What kind of plans do you have for Young, Deku asked. Not just for Young. It's what I wanted for my children, period. And now, if you don't mind, I will start talking like a megalomaniac for a bit, Raven said. Well, this should be good, Deku said. When me and Crow left the tribe, it was because we hated living in it. We had only come into contact with the outside world briefly, and most of the times through violent means. And yet even from those brief exchanges, two things were very clear. One, that there was an entire world outside was leaving us behind. Two, that people were able to make a living out of themselves without resorting to banditry. We left and went for the Mistral. That's where we met Tai Young for the first time, Raven said. How old were you, Deku asked. 16. We formed a bond. He helped us understand Remnant and we gave him some very needed pointers when it came to fighting as he prepared himself for the entrance exam to Beacon. Eventually, we decided to join him, Raven said. And that's when you met Summer, Deku asked. Yeah, and she? Well, she was a genius. I had never lost to anyone my age before meeting her, but after ending up on the same team. She wiped the floor with me, the first time we fought, and I never, ever managed to beat her. And the best part? Summer didn't come from a family of hunters, and she went to an engineering school before Beacon. She was mostly self-taught, Raven said. Wow, Deku said. Wow indeed. At first, I hated her. I couldn't wrap my head around how she could beat someone like me, who had been raised and trained for battle since I was born. But then, I realized that she was simply the living proof of what me and Crow already knew. The world was much bigger than the tribe, and there's always someone better, Raven said. There's always a bigger fish, Deku said. There always is. Anyway, she was also the reason the world lost its luster, Raven said. How come, Deku asked. Why do you think an engineering student suddenly wanted to become a hunter, Raven asked. She lost someone, Deku said. Yes. There weren't many things Summer disliked, but what she hated were the grim. She also hated how inefficient hunters are as a group. It didn't make sense to her that humanity as a whole should still be this vulnerable to those monsters. What she saw was a system with all the needed tools to solve a problem, but without the collective will to do so. Also, many unacceptable shadows. Covered truths, hidden pasts. She got along with everyone, but she didn't trust anyone, Raven said. Not even Deku asked. No, not even us. That was the one big weakness of Summer Rose. She preferred to work alone. Some of that stuck to me. That's why I never really liked Ozpin while my brother adores him. Too many secrets. And with what happened afterwards. Well, there's a reason I went back to the tribe while my brother stayed, Raven said. And that would be? And how does that tie in with young Deku asked. Bottom line is, the tribe wasn't a place I wanted to live in, but I didn't like the rest of the world either. So I vowed I would create that place. And the moment I realized me and Tai had been a bit too lax with contraceptives, I decided that I'd leave that place to my children, Raven said. Is the megalomaniac part going to come anytime soon? Because so far it sounds all pretty normal for a parent. So I can only assume that the reason you had a falling out with Mr. Xiaolong is because he disagreed with what you wanted for Young. Still, that doesn't explain why you aren't talking to Young and are instead going through me, Deku said. First, we may have gotten off on the wrong foot, What with the whole me being called a bitch and then wanting to kill my baby daddy and ending up with me cutting her with a poisoned katana, Raven said. And me, don't you forget. And second, Deku asked. All this talking is tiring me out. Time out, Raven said. Talking tired you out? Seriously, Deku asked. I'm a woman of action, Izuku. I don't use my mouth and throat muscles that much, usually, Raven said. Bo chicka bo wow, Deku said. Saw the innuendo then, Raven said. Kind of hard not to, knowing so many perverts. How many, Raven said. Well, there's Evelyn for starters, and her pervertedness rubbed off on Penny. And then there's your daughter, Deku said. Do you think it's wise to call Young a pervert to her mother's face, Raven said. You know it to be true. You've been watching us after all, Deku said. Fair enough. But where do you think she got that from? There's a reason I asked for you to wear your uniform and I'm wearing a suit in a classroom, Raven said. Wait, what? Deku said. Raven then got up close to Deku and pushed him back onto the desk before sitting on him. She pressed her chest right into Izuku's face and held his shoulders so he couldn't move back. It appears that you're a pervert as well. I can feel little Izuku rising. Or should I say big Izuku, Raven said. Raven then shook her hips. Oh, and by the way, my eyes are up here, Mr. Boyfriend, Raven said. Izuku tried to speak, but his voice was muffled by Raven's chest. Hey, you're so cute. Damn it, you're too cute. You're seriously making me, Raven said. There was then a loud noise that echoed through the room. What the hell is that noise? Raven asked. The doors to the classroom then flew off their hinges and crashed onto the floor. You shameless fucking whore, Young yelled. Young lady, do you have any idea how much these stockings cost me? Raven asked. No. I don't know. I don't know anything about you. All I know is that Dad made you leave, but now you won't tell me why, and next thing I know you're trying to make my boyfriend my new dad or some shit. What the hell is wrong with you? Young yelled. Raven sighed. Of course you'd think that, Crow. Come now, Raven said. Crow then entered the classroom. Did you really think I'd go that far? Raven asked. Wasn't about to take the risk, Crow said. I can feel the brotherly love in here. I was never going to go as far as giving Young a new sibling. At least not now, Raven said, saying that last part to herself. A sibling. So, you were going to fuck him? Young asked. I was just testing the waters, Raven said. Testing the waters for what? Gods damn it, Young asked. Calm your tits, Young. We've already had some passion together, this is nothing new, Raven said. What, Deku? Young and Crow yelled. Though, we aren't drunk this time, Raven said. You fucked my mom? Young asked. Of course not. Why would I? Deku said. Oh. So you don't remember? Must have been the alcohol. That's a shame. It was wonderful getting my pipes clean out. And you were such a gentleman too. Even while drunk, you had the common sense to pull out. I'd love to have another night with you. You clearly have a thing for older women. Big Izuku made it quite clear, Raven said. Deku said. Anyways. Ta-ta, Raven said. Oh, no. You've still got some more explaining to do, Young yelled. Raven just turned into a bird and flew away. Izuku, please tell me she's lying, Young said. I wish I could. I don't remember anything after taking her to the VIP room, Deku said. She's not lying. Raven never lies. She really did do it with Izuku, Crow said. Kill me now, Deku said. Ah. What the hell is happening here? I want answer, for the love of fuck. What the hell happened when I was born, and how does that lead into her getting into my boyfriend's pants? And why the fucking uniform? Young yelled. Crow sighed. I can only answer that last one. But I don't think I should, Crow said. Oh, no. Start talking, Young said. Teacher-student roleplay was a favorite pastime for Raven and Tai, Crow said. Young was flabbergasted. Crow, Young said. Yes, Crow said. Leave us, Young said. Okay, Crow said. Crow then quickly left the classroom. As soon as he left, Young began destroying everything in her sight. What a night, Crow said. On the bright side. At least they interacted, Ruby said. Not the time, kiddo, Crow said. Wednesday. Day 171. Team JPDE were in the mess hall having breakfast. Whilst they were eating, Deku was thinking about the incident that happened at the club with Neon. What's on your mind? Izuku Penny asked. Deku said. You're eating quite slowly. Is there something waiting on your mind? Is it the lesson on Vakyosi poetry? Penny asked. No, it's not that. But it is actually sort of related to it. When he talked about this famous piece that was composed mostly to insult an enemy of the state. Remember when I told you about the incident in the club when I went out with Neon? Deku asked. Oh, indeed. How you diffused the situation by using aggression. So ingenious, Penny said. Thanks. Anyway, the incident seems to have given Neon some ideas about how to continue my training. Thing is, she still hasn't gotten back to me to what exactly that will entail, and I'm getting a bit restless. I hope it's nothing too crazy, Deku said. Why would it be? Penny asked. Well, the point is, she seems to have deduced that to actually get me to insult people properly I need to be enticed, I guess. And when I said that those couldn't be circumstances easily recreated, she just... I hope she doesn't try to go and actually make other events where I get in someone's face happen, Deku said. Oh, indeed. They have a high chance of ending in physical altercations. While I'm 100% assured that you would come out on top, it wouldn't do for you to get a reputation of getting into fights, Penny said. Yeah, Deku said. There's my favorite and only understudy, Neon said, walking up. Neon. Hello, Deku said. Hello to you. Hi, Penny. And hello to the rest of you. Nice to finally meet you all, Neon said. Hi, Jack said. Hello, David said. Hey, Evelyn said, unenthusiastically. Hello, Neon. It's a pleasure, and thanks for passing along Papa's message, Penny said. It was a pleasure. Deku, mind coming with me for a moment? Neon asked. Evelyn stared at Neon. Only to the exit, Neon said. Sure. I'll come with you, Deku said. Coolio, Neon said. Izuku. You're not even halfway through breakfast, Penny whispered. I know. But it isn't going anywhere, Deku said. Deku then got up and followed after Neon. So, what's wrong with the angry bunny? Jack asked. Well, after the incident, Neon got a bit too close, David said. She wrapped her tail around his arm, Penny said. Oh, it's that serious, Jack said. Over by the exit. So, Neon, be honest with me. Am I getting into a fight with someone? Deku asked. Excuse me, Neon asked. You said you wanted to recreate the circumstances, Deku said. Oh, that, Neon said. Neon laughed. No, Deku, I'm not going to try and make you get into fights all the time. We can't have you tell people I'm your girl to defend me all the time, or people will start spreading rumors, Neon said. Is that a bad thing though? You did wrap your tail around my arm, Deku said. Well, no. But I'd rather not get into any more trouble than I already am. White Rabbit made it quite clear, Neon said. Yeah, you did push it slightly too far. But you didn't go as far as some other people, Deku said. And that means? Neon asked. There's a chance if you behave yourself. If you want to, I mean. I don't mean to, Deku said. Okay, yeah. Say, Deku, you like Fawny, right? Neon asked. Why do you ask that? Deku asked. I was just wondering if you get along with me and Evelyn just because we're cute girls, or Neon asked. To be completely honest with you, I don't care at all about either of you two being fawners. I care about who people are on the inside, Deku said. So you don't care about Evelyn's and Penny's massive boobs and fat ass? Neon asked. Well, they are a big bonus, I'll admit that, Deku admitted. Neon giggled. At least you honest. I ask because I'd like to invite you somewhere. And it's going to be pretty much only Fawny, there, Neon said. That's it. Sure, that's not a problem, Deku said. You sure? Because even if you're with me, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. And if people ask, you're my boyfriend, Neon said. Well, in that case, I suggest you also invite Evelyn and David along as well. It'll go a long way into making her like you, Deku said. Good idea, they can come along with us. I'll message you once an event comes up. Have a good one, Neon said. You too, Deku said. Neon then walked away. Deku was making his way to class when Ijuku Reese yelled. Deku turned around only to be met with Reese's bosom. How have you been? Reese asked. Reese, it may be prudent to not shove your chest in people's faces, it makes it hard for them to talk. Also it's very inappropriate, Arslan said. I'm sure he doesn't mind. In fact, I think he likes it, Reese said. And I'm sure he likes to breathe, Arslan said. Oh right, Reese said. Reese pulled back, allowing Deku to breathe again. Deku gasped for air. Well, hello to you too, Deku said. Hi, Reese said. Hello, Ijuku. It's been a while since we last talked, Arslan said. Yeah. Think the last time we talked was during Baruto. Which has just reminded me, I don't think I've ever thanked you two for your help, sorry about that, Deku said. It's alright. Take it as thanks for repairing our friendship, Arslan said. Yeah. Don't sweat it, Reese said. I feel coming to rescue me from one of the deadliest places on Remnant isn't equivalent to fixing a relationship, Deku said. On the surface that may look true, but in reality, you stopped our team from breaking up. Who knows what could have happened if we did? We could have all died if me and Reese couldn't work together, Arslan said. I suppose you have a point, but still, I'd like to offer my help in anything you need, Deku said. That's perfect then. You see, we actually came to you for your help, Reese said. Oh, really? Then I'd be more than happy to help you too, whatever it is, Deku said. Careful. You don't know what we want, Reese said. I doubt you would do anything nefarious, like taking my soul, Deku said. You're right, we don't want your soul, Arslan said. But we do want something else you have, Reese said to herself. What was that? Deku asked. Nothing, Reese said. Okay. So what do you want? Deku asked. We would like your help in combat training, Arslan said. Okay, sure, I'll help with that. But why do you want me to help? Deku asked. Because you're super duper strong, Reese said. How? Deku said. During the rescue mission in Baruto, we realized how weak we are, Arslan said. I wouldn't say that. I mean, you wouldn't have survived Baruto if you two were, Deku said. But we're weak, compared to you and Jack at least. You were able to survive in Baruto whilst fighting Birdface. And Jack was able to hold her own, one-on-one, against the Gunra. And then the two of you took it down together. Neither of us could do such a thing, Reese said. Which made us realize we need to get stronger. Not just for ourselves, but also for the ones we love and care for, Arslan said. That's very admirable of you too. Let's get to work then, Deku said. The three then went to get permission to go and use the amphitheater for their training. Deku was now bouncing around the amphitheater at super speed, whilst Arslan and Reese were back to back in the center, trying to track Deku's movement. Hey, Arslan, Reese said. Yes, Reese, What is it? Arslan said. Do you think we've made a huge mistake? Reese asked. Yes. Yes we have, Arslan said. Deku then charged in and punched Arslan in the gut. The force of the impact sent her flying back, which in turn took Reese with her. Don't talk like that. I won't go any harder than you can take. The important thing is getting back up and doing your best. You may not be able to beat me, but you can give it your all to weaken and delay me. So don't give up. Arslan staggered to a stand. We won't. We can do this all day, Arslan said. Speak for yourself. But I will get back up, Reese said, standing up. Good. Then come at me, Deku said. Arslan then charged at Deku, whilst Reese hopped on her hoverboard and went wide. As Arslan got in close, she launched a flurry of punches, to which Deku began to block. Reese jumped off her hoverboard and transformed them into gun mode. She shot at Deku whilst they slid across the ground. Deku pulled out his shield to block the shots, but that left him one arm down. Arslan was able to land a few hits. Deku then kicked Arslan and shot her back with his gun boots. Arslan flew back but quickly recovered and planted her feet down. In her right hand she was holding tether. Deku then noticed that the tether she was holding was wrapped around his leg. "Uh-oh," Deku said. Reese then came flying in behind Deku, pushing him with the flat side of her board. At the same time, Arslan pulled on the tether. Deku flew towards Arslan. Arslan pulled back his fist and then punched Deku, sending him flying back. Deku used Black Whip to stop himself and grab a hold on Arslan. He then gave a might tug, pulling Arslan towards him. It was at that moment Deku realized, he may have pulled her a bit too hard. "Oh shit," Deku said. Arslan crashed into Deku, which sent them both crashing into Reese. Deku quickly grabbed hold of Reese and Arslan to protect them. The three came sliding to a stop just before hitting the wall. "You girls okay?" Deku asked. "I'm alright." "Reese. How are you?" Arslan asked. "I'm good. Thanks for protecting us, hero," Reese said. "Yes, thank you," Arslan said. Arslan and Reese then kissed Deku on the cheeks simultaneously. Deku's face went completely red. Deku was stunned for a few moments. "So, do you have something to confess?" Deku asked. "I think we just did," Arslan said. "I mean, we can do it again if you like. Or we can kiss you on the lips," Reese said. "So, how long has it been since you two known you liked me?" Deku asked. "We realized we loved you after Baruto. Whilst you were in recovery, we kept worrying about you and asked your team about you every day until you were discharged. And it was during that time Evelyn and Penny made us realize our feelings," Arslan said. "We would have confessed sooner, but we got busy with classwork and training," Reese said. "I understand. I've been quite busy myself," Deku said. "So," Reese said. "May we have an answer?" Arslan asked. Deku then kissed both Reese and Arslan. "Does that suffice as an answer?" Deku said. "More than enough," the two said. "So, do you two want to stay down here and cuddle? Or shall we call it early and head for the showers?" Deku said. Reese and Arslan blushed. "Showers," Reese and Arslan said. Deku then stood up, picking up Reese and Arslan with him. "Let's break you two in," Deku said. Reese and Arslan went completely red and almost passed out. Deku then took them to the showers and gave the two a wonderful and pleasurable experience. Evelyn and Penny had brought Deku to their room to talk about what happened with Nora. "What part of go easy on her do you two not understand? I know I can be a bit soft, but I'm not that soft that I'd let Nora use me as a dildo," Deku said. "I may have been seeing red, I admit it. It's just the way she went about it," Evelyn said. "We may have overstepped, yes. But she started it," Penny said. "It doesn't matter who started it. Yes, she may have gone too far, but may I remind you who planned something similar?" Deku asked. Evelyn looked away, ashamed. And you two went too far as well. You insulted her relationship with Ren. The man she truly loves, but who can't satisfy her needs. How many times have you two been like that? Deku asked. Penny joined in on Evelyn's shame. I just hope that the rift that has formed can be repaired, Deku said. Deku then got a call on his scroll. Oh hey, it's Ren. You've got to wonder how many convenient calls I've had. Just me. Fine, Deku said. Deku then answered his scroll. Good afternoon, Ren, Deku said. And a good afternoon to you too. Could I have a word, please, Ren asked. Sure. Give me a minute, Deku said. Deku then left to meet up with Ren. I think I owe you an apology, Deku said. I'm actually here to offer the same, Ren said. An apology? What for, Deku asked. For not stepping in when I should have, Ren said. The same identical apology. Sorry, I should have stopped Nora from pushing further, but... My mind went blank. You know, Deku said. Form your romps with your lovers, I know you can lose control with a sexy girl. And Nora is a sexy girl. After Nora told me how your last meeting had gone and what she told you, I realized that I had let her have too much fun and avoided making her focus on actually thinking about this properly. And about refuting. Wouldn't you rethink, Ren asked. Ren, while the girls may have gone off a little too emotional, the message still stands. I don't have any interest in a relationship with Nora that is purely sexual. I want to help Nora with her plight. But if I am the one to do so, it has to be more than just for satisfying her needs, Deku said. And I can understand that. Still, that's not what Nora wants. That's not what we want. If all we needed was some human dildo, as Evelyn aptly put it, we could have arranged for that easily, Ren said. That makes sense. So, what got lost in translation, Deku asked. What we really want is a relationship with you. Just like you have between you and your lovers, Ren said. Just me, Deku asked. Perhaps with David as well, but not with Evelyn or Penny. Nora is not into girls, Ren said. I see. But what about you? Deku asked. I have no interest in Evelyn or Penny. Nora is the only one for me. And I doubt the two of them are interested in a relationship with myself and Nora, Ren said. Fair enough. It's good to know that it's not as bad as we thought. But it's going to take some time for everyone to feel comfortable, especially since how this all started, Deku said. I know. And I'm glad to hear you are willing to give Nora a do-over. She really likes you, Ren said. I gathered that. I'll talk to the others and see if the damage isn't irreparable, Deku said. Thank you, Izuku, Ren said. Although, before that, I'd like to know. What are your thoughts on all of this, Deku asked. My thoughts, Ren asked. Yeah. You're as involved as everyone else, but you're the only one whose point of view I don't know yet, Deku said. It doesn't really matter what I think. I'm the cause of the whole problem, so Ren said. No. You are not the problem. You can't control the fact you have no sexual desire. If you keep thinking like that, then the whole thing is just going to fall apart. You shouldn't put yourself second to Nora's wishes. In fact, stop pushing yourself second to anyone else. Everyone is an equal in our relationship. So if we're going to enter something similar, you need to stop thinking like that, Deku said. Ren said. Promise me you will not put yourself down and restrain yourself from voicing any discomfort and problems you might have. With your poker face, I doubt we would ever be able to glean it otherwise. Do it now, on your honor. Or there's nothing more for us to talk about, Deku said. Alright, I promise, Ren said. Good. Shall we go and talk to our partners and reconvene here in about an hour or so, Deku asked. Alright, we'll meet back here in an hour, Ren said. Deku then left. Ren then felt something inside of him. Ren said. Deku had returned to his room and told Evelyn, Penny and David what he talked about with Ren. So, now that you know what Nora really wants, how do you all feel about it? Deku asked. I'm not feeling it, Bucko Evelyn said, registering a long list of doubts. Even by our standards, it'd be a very atypical situation, Penny said. So, our current relationship isn't atypical already? Remind me, how many girlfriends does Deku have again? David asked. We have, remember. So does that mean you're on board? Deku asked. I'm not sure yet, but I do wish to help Nora if I can, David said. One down. Just as a reminder, if anyone feels uncomfortable, let your feelings be known, and we'll pull the plug, Deku said. I don't think any of us will be uncomfortable in a relationship between you and Nora. It's not anything different from what we're already doing. I feel like I can't accept since how things went with Nora, Evelyn said. Well, you'll have the chance to make up and get along. I'm not just going to pick her up and take her to bed today. So, what do you say? Deku asked. I am willing to help Nora and Ren if possible. Even if it's something short-lived. Loving each other but never being fully satisfied with their relationship because of how different they are. I can't help but imagine ourselves in their shoes. So I'm willing to give it a chance, Penny said. Ijuku, Evelyn asked. You already know my answer. I want to help Nora and Ren, and I do like Nora a lot, Deku said. Evelyn sighed. Leave me to be the bad guy out. Fine, why not? On one condition, Evelyn said. And what condition would that be? Deku asked. I want to know that she can control herself. So we don't have a repeat of the earlier situation where she was so caught up in her own self-satisfaction that she couldn't even properly convey her wishes, Evelyn said. Sounds fair. So, what do you suggest? Deku asked. Evelyn then told the others what she had in mind, and then they went to meet up with Nora and Ren. A date? Nora asked. Yup. But not just any date. It's going to be the most normal date ever. Scratch best behavior, you're going to be demure, proper and a giggle short of introvert, Missy, Evelyn said. I'm not sure I follow, Nora said. We started off rocky because me and Penny got overprotective and you were too turned up. Problem is, that's your default state. If we want this to have a chance of working, or at least letting it end without any souring of relationship, we're all gonna have to learn to adapt. You're the only one who I don't know if she can. So, an entire date where you're going to be as you and Nora as possible. If you can manage that, we can continue, Evelyn said. All right. I agree to those terms, Nora said. Good. Now, me, Penny, and David want to show you some trust, Evelyn said. So we'll leave the three of you alone. Be good, Penny said. Don't do anything we wouldn't do, David said. Penny, David and Evelyn then left. So, first of all, I have to ask, what is it you like about me? Deku asked. Actually, first of all should be an apology for how I acted. But your reactions are just so. So, that's not trying to make excuses, it's just, Nora said. Nora, relax. Apology accepted. And now it's time for my apology, for what I did to you, Deku said. Oh, you don't need to apologize for that. I brought that on myself and I really enjoyed it. So much so that I didn't feel the desire for a week, Nora said. Thank you. I think, Deku said. You're welcome. Back on topic. Your reactions are one of the things I really like about you. You're so animated and variegated with your reactions, your body language. Total opposite of Ren. He's got the cool ninja thing down pat, Nora said. What? Ren asked. But you're patient and understanding just like him. And you're fun. Also funny, and well, I really like your hair and posture, Nora said. Posture? Deku asked. desperately trying not to go into physical trays, here Nora said. Nora, I appreciate the effort but knowing you can put your more excessive trays to the side when needed is not the same as wanting you to change yourself forever, Deku said. Relax, Nora. You don't need to be on edge forever and there will be time to discover more about each other, Ren said. Nora grinned. Nora then grabbed hold of the two. What, Deku said. Nora, Ren questioned. Sorry. But Nora said. Nora. Ren, is she alright, Deku asked. I think so. Last time I've seen her like this was, Ren said. I swear I will make this work. I swear I will do my utmost best, but I can't help but think that, when I've proven myself. We Nora said. When she won a year's access at a local breakfast buffet. When we were still in the orphanage, Ren said. Nora began to breathe heavily. I see, Deku said. Nora continued to breathe heavily. Jeez. Kinda scary, Deku said. Nora breathed so heavily she began to wheeze. Yeah, just, let her peter out. It's not gonna be long, Ren said. Nora then took a very heavy breath. I hope, Ren said. Eventually Nora calmed down and let go of Deku and Ren. In Team JPDDE's room. Oh, my. So Velvet hasn't given up yet despite Penny asked. Pretty much, yeah, David said. Well, I guess our study Mac Hunkertons are too much of a snack to pass over, Evelyn said. We do not consent to that nickname. Just so you know, Deku said. If the footwear fits. Anyhow, if Velvet hasn't given up on it, neither have I. She is a nice person, Penny said. Yeah, she is, David said. You sure long-haired girls do it for you, Evelyn asked. Hey, shorter hair is a preference, not a deal breaker. It's just that I like haircuts that leave the neck exposed, David said. Oh, I see. Very tactical of you, David. That way it leaves an important vital area exposed, Penny said. The other gave Penny a look. Joking. I'm joking. And, I'm sure Velvet can tie her hair up in a ponytail if needs be, Penny said. Yeah, I guess so, David said. And what about you, Aiju, Evelyn asked. I think you already know my answer. The big obstacle here is Coco, Deku said. As it should be. They're together, so if Coco's uncomfortable, David said. Even though you said they, shall we say? Entertained the thought in private, Penny asked. Sounds like it, but point is that a fantasy is not always something you'd be willing to do in real life. Think of a girl angry at their boss. They may fantasize about stomping their face in with 12 centimeters stilettos, but they are not actually going to do it, despite how exciting the thought may be, Evelyn said. True. Although, maybe then she must be eased into the thought that it is something she can do without compromising their relationship, Penny said. Also that she may actually like seeing something like that in real life. But how can we do that, Deku asked. Well, I have a plan that might work, but we'll need Velvet's collaboration. Actually, maybe it's better if we don't have her collaboration, Penny said. Penny then discussed her plan. Meanwhile, I still can't believe you know, Coco said. Sorry. I can only use inexperience as a justification. While I have zero experience with men, I also don't really with women either, so I guess I'm not really familiar with. But Equette, Velvet said. Well, that a neologism. I'm not mad anymore, just. Geez, that surprised me, Coco said. Although, I must ask. Were you more surprised by the proposal or from me jumping the gun, Velvet asked. Haven't got enough food or drink in me for that conversation. Let's go down to Vale, already. You're the one with reservations, remember, Coco said. I remember. Sure, let's go, Velvet said. The two then boarded a bullhead and headed into Vale. Oh, well. The same table as our first date, Coco asked. Yes. See, I do think of things, Velvet said. Except to ask me before looking for people to swap with, Coco asked. I thought it'd be a nice surprise. Like, happy birthday, Velvet said. Gods, if you had made it a birthday present. That would have ended badly for everyone involved, Coco said. Most likely. Still, while we wait for our food, mind answering my question from earlier, Velvet said. I guess you still haven't given up, Coco said. I won't lie and say that I haven't kept entertaining the thought, but I don't want to bully you into it or anything. The way I ended the conversation last time was just to diffuse the situation, Velvet said. Yeah, I was about to let out all of my frustrations on David and Izuku. Not a good look, Coco said. I know. Point is, you guys seem to have been getting along just fine, if a bit on the competitive side, so. Oh, is that what it is, Velvet asked. Ha, Coco said. You see David and Izuku as rivals, so, Velvet said. What? No. No. Silly, I don't see them as rivals for your affection. Or do you know something I don't, Coco said. Well. Have I told you I love you, today, Velvet asked. You may have. But it never hurts to hear it again, Coco said. Velvet blushed. Anyway, no, I don't see them as being able to woo you away from me, nor do I believe you're the kind of person who'd change her mind about a relationship just because she gets good. You know, Coco said. Yes. So I guess your reaction was mostly because of my stumbling, Velvet asked. Well, yes, there is that, but it's not just that, there's also the fact that, as you said, I mean, the idea is enticing, even when thinking about it outside of privacy, Coco said. So Velvet asked. So what does that say about me? About how I see you, Coco asked. Oh, Velvet said. Like, I'm not into watching videos, you feel me? And yet I think I'd really like to see you in that kind of situation. Yet, why would I even feel like seeing you if I could instead act? It's so confusing, Coco said. So, what you're saying is that you're scared about things you may discover about yourself, Velvet asked. Not scared, just, Coco said. Velvet got a message on her scroll. Sorry. Forgot to turn it off, Velvet said. I was more curious about the ringtone itself, actually. Who is it anyway, Coco asked. Let's see. Oh, it's Evelyn. How nice, they're inviting us over, Velvet said. They're what, Coco asked. They felt bad about their role in the whole debacle, I guess. They want to know if we'd like to join her, Izuku, David and Penny for dinner, Velvet said. Coco sighed. How can we say no? And just the two of us, Coco asked. Well, unless you want to give Yatesu and Fox a very awkward explanation, Velvet said. Pass. Here come the drinks, anyway, Coco said. Thursday. Day 172. Deku was making his way to class when he came across some familiar faces. Good morning, Izuku, Cinder said, with Mercury and Emerald behind. Cinder. I thought we agreed to stay out of each other's business, Deku said. And I'm holding to it. I'm only being social to a classmate. No business happening here. Unless you are, Cinder said. I'm not, Deku said. Good, that means we can talk, Cinder said. What makes you think I want to talk to you, Deku asked. What a hurtful thing to say. You're throwing me to the curb after our throws on passion. Typical, Cinder said. I'm throwing you to the curb because you're a psychotic bitch, Deku said. How rude. You should be showing your upperclassmen some respect, Cinder said. What upperclassmen? All I see are 3 villains who are planning something that will turn the world on its head. And I can't do anything to stop you before you put your plan into action, Deku said. Careful there, Izuku. You're talking business. Any further and you will be breaking our agreement, Cinder said. Doesn't matter to me. We're finished with our business, so I don't really need to hold up my end anymore. But I'm sure you still want to know more about Janara, don't you, Deku said. Cinder grunted. You're not the type of person who would break our agreement, Cinder said. Watch me, Deku said. Deku then walked away. Ma'am, Mercury asked. Stand down, Mercury, Cinder said. But Mercury said. He's holding all the cards as of now. If we openly do anything against him, he'll be on us like Grim on negative emotions, Cinder said. So what are we going to do, Mercury asked. We'll work in the shadows until the cards are in our favor. We'll do what needs to be done when him and his team aren't likely to be around, which will most likely be at night, Cinder said. That doesn't give us a lot of time to do anything. Remember, Atlas's new tin cans are helping Miss Goodbitch in enforcing her curfew, Mercury said. Crap. I had forgotten about them. What are we going to do, Cinder asked. We could threaten him. He can't take us all on at once, we have the power, Mercury said. I would advise against such action, Emerald said. Oh, so now you decide to speak up. Why are you always against my ideas, Mercury said. Because you're an idiot, Emerald said. Oh, Mercury said. And because Izuku is far more powerful than you realized. I've seen it firsthand, Emerald said. When, Mercury asked. When I took care of that business in Vale, Emerald said. You mean the business where you got caught, Mercury asked. Yes. But being caught gave me a glimpse of Izuku's true power. On top of his strength and those black whips he uses, I saw him floating, and he seemed to know attacks were coming before the goons had moved. He's scary when he's mad, Emerald said. So what? I can handle that, Mercury said. You may think so, but I know you won't be able to survive having your limbs exploded of your body, Cinder said. What, Mercury asked. His semblance allows him to transfer his quirk to another. But that require the recipient to have a suitable vessel to handle it, otherwise their limbs will be blown off, Cinder said. What the hell is a quirk, Mercury asked. It's the so-called semblance he's allowed us to see. You see, he's not from this world. Bullshit. Does he really think we'd believe that shit? He's clearly lying, Mercury said. Izuku is no liar. And you know that. He couldn't lie even if his life depended on it, Emerald said. Yes. And in saying that, you're also calling me a liar, Cinder said. Mercury paused. Sorry, Mercury said. So, what are we going to do about him, Emerald asked. I don't know yet, Cinder said. I know. We can threaten to expose him, Mercury said. Weren't you listening? We can't threaten him at all, Emerald said. I said to expose him. You two just said he's from another world, which clearly isn't public knowledge, so all that we need to do is tell him. If he doesn't behave, we'll tell the truth, Mercury said. For once, you've had a brilliant idea, Mercury, Emerald said. What do you mean for once, Mercury yelled. Enough, you two. We don't want the whole school to hear us. Mercury, excellent idea, Cinder said. Thank you, Mercury said. I'll have a little chat with him during class, Cinder said. Speaking of class. It's about to start, Emerald said. Oh shit, Mercury said. The three then quickly rushed to class to avoid being late. It was the final period of the day, which just so happened to be a free period. And so, with this freedom, Deku was currently doing laps in Beacon's swimming pool. He had just finished a lap when... Hello again, Izuku, Cinder said. Deku looked to see Cinder standing at the edge of the pool. Cinder was wearing a revealing red and gold swimsuit. Deku's face flushed as he saw her. Despite everything wrong with her, Deku couldn't deny that she was hot. "What's the matter, Izuku?" "Like what you see?" Cinder asked. "Cinder? What are you doing here?" "Plan to make it look like I drowned," Deku asked. "I wish it would be that easy to get rid of you." "It would be easier to tame a Grim than drowning you and getting away with it," Cinder said. "So if you're not here to make an attempt, then what do you want?" Deku asked. "Can't a girl just enjoy a swim in the pool?" Cinder said, sliding into the pool. "Sure, they can. But you," Deku said. "You see right through me once again." "I'm here to threaten you," Cinder said. "Don't you remember what happened last time you tried to do that?" "Or do I need to remind you?" Deku asked. "Oh, you don't need to remind me of anything. I'm the one going to be reminding you," Cinder said. "Of what?" Deku asked. "During your threat you made one fatal mistake. You overplayed your hand, Otherworlder," Cinder said, swimming up close to Deku, pushing him to the edge of the pool. "Shit," Deku thought. "That's right. You may have thought you had all the cards, and I'll admit so did I. But in truth I still have them all. So, be a good boy and back off and I won't expose who you really are," Cinder said. "Fine," Deku said. "Good boy," Cinder said. Cinder then kissed Deku. "And since I've gotten to know you so well, I think I should return the favor," Cinder said. "Why would you do that?" Deku asked. "Why shouldn't my boyfriend know more about me?" Cinder asked. "Boyfriend? Yeah, alright," Deku said. "As you know, me and Blaze are long-lost sisters who were separated when we were young, but thanks to a miracle of chance we were finally reunited after so many years. And for the record, I do love and care about Blaze and spent years trying to find her but with no luck. Before we were separated, we lived in an orphanage. Our mother passed due to complications with Blaze's birth. And not long after our father died after taking a job to try and provide for the two of us. We ended up in an orphanage where we had to work to earn of keep. Or more accurately, I had to work twice as hard so we could both eat, but most of the time, I could only do enough to feed Blaze," Cinder said. "I'm sorry to hear that," Deku said. "It was also at that orphanage where I got my nickname." "You see, Cinder isn't my real name," Cinder said. "What?" Deku asked. "The other children started calling me that to make fun of my hair color and the fact that I was usually covered in soot and ash from my work," Cinder said. "Then why does Blaze call you Cinder if it's a nickname?" Deku asked. "Because she didn't know any better. Everybody called me Cinder as she grew up and so she started doing it the same. And although it was a nickname, hearing it from her was different. It's also the reason she chose the name Blaze, to match me." "I couldn't bring myself to correct her," Cinder said. "This Cinder doesn't sound like the Cinder I know," Deku said. "Well, you're about to meet her." After things started to get better since Blaze to start working, they immediately got worse. Out of nowhere I was adopted and taken away from Blaze. I ended up in Atlas where I was put to work in a hotel that she owned. Moved from clearing and orphanage to a hotel, fantastic. She treated me the same way I was in the orphanage, along with her two daughters, Lily and Rose. However, one day things started turning around. I had stolen a sword of a huntsman, Rhodes was his name, who frequently stayed at the hotel, Cinder said. "What did you plan to do with it?" Deku asked. "I think you know. But I never got the chance, at least not then. He quickly found me, but instead of dobbing me in, he took pity on me. He had noticed the mistreatment I had suffered and so he decided to train me to become a huntress when I turned 18 and was free of my stepmother. For the first time in my life, I thought things were going to get better, and over the years, even though I still suffered from by the hands of my step-family. But once again it all came burning down. My stepsisters discovered the sword that Rhodes had given me as a gift and told my stepmother about it." "Big mistake," Cinder said. "You murdered them," Deku said. "They got what they fucking deserved. After years of torment at their hands, I made them experience pain 10 times over, before cutting down my stepsisters with my sword and then strangled my stepmother to death. However, in the time I took in taking revenge, Rhodes had arrived at the hotel. He saw the last moments of revenge. I turned to him with a smile, but all he did was draw his weapons and told me to surrender so he could arrest me for the murder of my step-family. After all these years. After all the torment he saw. After everything. He betrayed me. He turned his back on me. So, I did what I had to, and so I killed him with the very blade he had given me. Afterwards, I burnt down the hotel and ran away. After that day, I decided, I wouldn't let anyone else take advantage of me for their own gains. Anything I was going to do would be for me and me alone, Cinder asked. Then why are you letting someone take advantage of you for a third time? I know that you're not here at Beacon of your own accord, Deku said. That is true, but this time, things are different. I'm only letting her think she's taking advantage of me. And use that to my advantage, Cinder said. So what do you really want, Deku asked. Oh, I want a great many things. What I want to obtain out of all of this. That's way too far in the future for you to worry about. And there's something I want from you, Cinder said. And what would that be, Deku asked. That's a more easily answerable question. You see, you're in a very rare position, right now, Izuku. You're headstrong, brave and smart enough to face me up front, threaten me but also know when to relent. You got under my skin and passed my defenses in a way no one had ever done before. In short, you're someone I will have to kill one day. And that makes you perfect, Cinder said. Perfect for what, Deku asked. The perfect toy, Cinder said. Cinder then kissed Deku, before pulling him underwater. Deku fought to escape, but Cinder had a tight hold on him. Using all of his strength, Deku pushed off the floor of the pool and the two landed just outside of the pool. You're the perfect buffer. Oh, I got plans, Izuku. So many plans, but to bring them to fruition I have to restrain myself from so much, Cinder said. Deku then punched Cinder. Oh yes. Like that. I knew you can take it. And you can give it, Cinder screamed. Get off me, you crazy bitch, Deku yelled. And then. You can die, can't you, Cinder yelled. Cinder then hit Deku several times. Oh, I'm sorry, I was playing a bit too rough, wasn't I? Allow me, Cinder said. Get off, Deku said. If you don't like it, then push me off. You're certainly strong enough. And they're all better now. And, returning to my earlier statement. What I want, Izuku, is for you to take everything I want to give. My secrets. My basest instincts. Everything I want to let go of, that I want to let out. You'll take them. And then, when you're going to be too bothersome to keep around, you'll die, Cinder said. Cinder then sat up. And right now, I want you to take this, Cinder said. Cinder then removed her bikini. And I can feel you want to take it. So go on, take what I want to give. Take it all. And give me your all, Cinder said. Cinder then kissed Deku and began to reach down his swim shorts. Deku and Cinder then spent the rest of the school day taking and receiving what each of them had to give. Deku was taking an afternoon stroll through Vale to relax and enjoy what Vale had to offer for once. But his time was soon to be interrupted. He looked down the street to see a pile of shopping bags and boxes making their way down the street. What the? Well, those are going to fall, Deku said. On cue they did begin to fall. Deku quickly moved in to catch the falling bags and boxes. After catching them, Deku saw 4 familiar faces. Oh, hello Team NDGO, Deku said. Izuku Gwen exclaimed. Hello handsome. Thanks for catching our shopping, Octavia said. You're welcome. But I have to ask, why do you 4 have so much shopping, Deku asked. Because, Octavia said. Because Octavia has gone crazy and wouldn't let us choose our outfits for the Vital Festival dance, Nebula said. I have not gone crazy. It's the rest of them that have gone crazy. You three were really okay with those dreadful dresses you had selected. I couldn't allow that. We are Team NDGO, for God's sake. We are the champion of the team circuit, we can't go to such an event without looking our best, Octavia yelled. Deku chuckled. Just like Evelyn. She oversaw our outfits for the dance for our team. She wouldn't let us wear anything below her standards, Deku said. Well, would you look at that, you have something in common with your nemesis, Nebula said. Evelyn is not my nemesis, Octavia yelled. You sure act like it, Nebula said. Can we get back to shopping, please? I want this to be over as soon as possible, Dew said. I agree with Dew. How much longer do we have to suffer, Gwen asked. It will take as long as it will take. You cannot rush art, Octavia said. Octavia, we can't even hold all of our shopping as of now, surely we are almost done, Nebula said. We're not even close to being done, Octavia said. Oh, for Nebula yelled. Say, why don't I help you girls by carrying some of you shopping, Deku said. You'd really help us with all this shopping, Gwen asked. Of course I will help. Why wouldn't help my girlfriend, Deku said. Girlfriend, Gwen questioned. Gwen then blushed. Excuse me one moment, Gwen said. Gwen then walked off into an alleyway before screaming with pure joy. Oh wow. Such a charmer you are, Izuku. I wonder, can you make me scream like that, Octavia flirted. Octavia, please don't try and seduce Gwen's boyfriend, Nebula said. And what's wrong with that? He already has 2 girlfriends. I'm sure he can accept a 4th, Octavia said. Yeah. 2 girlfriends, Deku quietly said to himself. Gwen then returned. Sorry about that. Now shall we continue on, Gwen said. Yes, please. And please can we pick up the pace as well, I'd rather not bother Izuku more than we already have, Nebula said. It's no bother at all really. I was just taking a stroll when I saw Mount Fashion, I wasn't doing anything important, Deku said. Still, I'd rather not keep you here longer than needed. So where are we shopping next, Octavia, Nebula asked. The next shop is, Octavia said. The 5 were now in front of a shop that was very familiar to Deku. Huntress Secrets, Octavia said. Deku and Gwen blushed profusely. Octavia, we don't need lingerie. And why did you bring us here along with Izuku, Nebula asked. Don't blame me. This was our next stop before Izuku offered to help. And as for the why, Gwen needs something to seduce her boyfriend. And the rest of us may find a partner at the dance, and you wouldn't want to disappoint, would you, Octavia said. I am, Nebula said. Dew then started walking towards the door. Dew, Nebula questioned. Things will go a lot faster if you just accept it and go along with what Octavia presents. Also, I like shopping for lingerie, Dew said, saying that last part quietly. Fine, let's just get this over with, Nebula said. I'll wait outside, Deku said. Good idea, Gwen said. So cute, the other 3 thought. Team NDGO then entered Huntress Secrets, leaving Deku outside with their shopping. About 45 minutes later, Nebula exited the shop and joined Deku on a bench he was sitting on. Hello, Nebula. Finally done with the shopping, Deku asked. I am. Octavia hasn't even started shopping, she's been helping Gwen to pick out a set that will make you a horny beast, as she said, Nebula said. I see, Deku said. As for Dew, she's still try out different sets. I just picked something out I liked, that was finally approved by Octavia, and so I left it with them to buy once they were done and come out and keep you company whilst we wait, Nebula said. I see. Thanks, Deku said. So how have you been? Heard you almost died or something, Nebula said. Yeah, I did almost die. Through some circumstance, I ended up in the forest of Barito, Deku said. You ended up in Barito? One of the most dangerous places on Remnant. How did you even end up there? I mean, it's close to Vacuo than to Vale, Nebula said. The short and sweet of it is that me and half of my team were returning to Vale after an expedition, which ran longer than expected. During our trip we had to go around a storm and so ended up close to Barito. A powerful Grim then attacked, forcing us to crash land in Barito and survive for a few days before the rest of my team and help arrived to rescue us, Deku said. That's very impressive. You survived for several days in Barito and lived to tell about it. I wouldn't take my team anywhere near Barito, at least not until we graduate. The fact you managed to survive it as a first year is a testament to your strength, Nebula said. I'm sure you and your team would be able to survive Barito. You're the champions of the team circuit, and with you as their leader, Team NDGO will have no trouble at all conquering the Barito forest, Deku said. You really think so? Nebula asked. I know so. You have the strength to achieve anything as a team, Deku said. Nebula blushed. Thanks, Nebula said. The two continued to talk until Ju, Gwen and Octavia came out of the shop. The five then spent the rest of the afternoon shopping before returning to Beacon and then their dorm room. Thanks again for your help with Octavia's shopping spree, Nebula said. You don't need to keep thanking me. I told you it was no problem at all, Deku said. Still thanks. And if you ever need help in the future, don't be afraid to ask, Nebula said. Alright. Now I shall take my leave, Deku said. Right, see you around, Nebula said. Goodbye, Izuku, Ju said. See you tomorrow, handsome, Octavia flirted. Goodbye, boyfriend, Gwen said. Gwen then kissed Deku. Same to you, girlfriend, Deku said. Gwen blushed again. Deku the left Team NDGO dorm room. So Octavia, how much money did all of this cost? Nebula asked. Don't worry about it. Our winnings covered for all of it, Octavia said. How much of our winnings? Nebula asked. Octavia said. Nebula sighed. As the night had fallen, Team JPDDE's room had become very busy. Evelyn, the oven. T-20 seconds, Penny said. On it, Evelyn said. David, is Jack in place? Penny asked. Yeah, she just reached the airship and David said. Good, Penny interrupted. Then put these to cool out on the balcony, then go wash up and prepare to greet our guests. T-7 minutes and 38 seconds, Penny said. Penny, don't you think you're going a bit too overboard? Deku asked. Even with 6 people, how are we going to eat all this stuff? Evelyn asked. Leftovers can be frozen and reheated. And overboard. This is the bare minimum, Penny said. Penny, this is a feast, David said. Exactly. This is my first time having anyone over for a meal ever. It must be nothing less than a perfect and delicious evening, Penny said. Wasn't it just an excuse for Deku asked. No reason not to be gracious hosts. So, balcony. Wash up. Guests. Hurry, Penny said. Yes, Deku said. The 3 of them did as Penny said. Several minutes later there was a knock on the door, to which Deku answered. Good evening, girls, Deku said. Good evening, Izuku, Coco said. Hello, Izuku. Oh my, Velvet said. That smell, Coco said. That smells delicious. What is it? Velvet asked. Correct question would be what it isn't. Penny has put us on the stoves for the entire afternoon, Deku said. She what? Oh geez, now I feel underdressed, Coco said. Maybe we should have brought some wine or something, Velvet said. Don't feel bad, she just kind of overdid it on her own, so no sense in, Deku said. Coco, Velvet, hi. So nice of you to accept our invite, Penny interrupted. Penny stepped out into the main room. Oh my, I love what you've done with your hair. Oh no, I knew I had forgotten something, Penny said. What is it? Penny Deku asked. Well, the guide I was following says that at this point I should entertain the female guests while you should entertain the male ones, but... Penny said. Coco burst out laughing. Penny, from how many decades ago is this thing, exactly? Coco asked. They did say it's a classic, Penny said. Deku sighed. Okay, let's just shelf the etiquette pamphlet or whatever and let's do this like normal people. I think I can hear Evelyn's back straining with that roast, Deku said. The four of them then went into the kitchen to eat. Afterwards, Deku and Coco stepped out onto the balcony. Oh gods, I don't think I can eat another bite, Coco said. Thankfully she thought about digestive. But where did she even grab it? I didn't see her bring in the liquor, Deku said. She took the whole host thing, really? Seriously, didn't she? Coco said. I think it's less the host thing itself and more like she really wanted to make the evening enjoyable for the two of you, and in her mind that translated to, you know, Deku said. I think I'm going to fast tomorrow, Coco said. Fair enough. But please do take some leftovers with you, Deku said. So, I don't think I've apologized for almost unleashing the wrath of Coco on you, Coco said. No, but I understand. We rushed there the moment we realized what Velvet was doing because we knew what would happen, Deku said. Oh, you're starting to know me, boy toy, Coco said. Coco and Deku then blushed. Maybe I should avoid calling you that, considering, Coco said. Well, you've been calling me that for so long it has lost its meaning to me. At least when you say it, Deku said. Yeah, but still, you're not my... I mean, you'd be Velvet's. And here I just wanted to apologize, Coco said. It's fine, Coco. You don't need to push yourself, Deku said. I know, it's just... I don't want things to become awkward between us, Coco said. It doesn't need to be. Just say no or yes and that's it, Deku said. Yeah, that's the thing, though. I don't know if, Coco said. You don't know if, Deku asked. Coco, Izuku, would you like to play a game with us, Velvet asked, walking out onto the balcony. Hey, Bun Bun. What kind of game, Coco asked. Hope it's something that helps digestion, Deku said. Velvet laughed. It might, depends. It's kinda silly, actually, but Penny suggested. Spin the bottle, Velvet said. Wait, seriously, Coco asked. Yeah, seems like she found an app. She never played it growing up, and Velvet blushed. I bet she doesn't know the reputation it has. Don't worry, I'll talk to her about it, Deku said. Oh, there's no need for that, I don't mind. Coco, Velvet asked. Spin the bottle isn't always used to make people lock lips. And I believe Penny is innocent enough to realize that. So, I don't mind at all, Coco said. If you two are okay with it, then who am I to ruin the fun, Deku said. The three then joined the others in the main room. Meanwhile, up on the lab ship. I can't believe what they've asked of me, Seal said. I can't believe you accepted, Jack said. She played on my pride, the little ginger pest unit. She put it as a test of skill. How was I supposed to know it was going to be something so ridiculous, Seal said. Jack groaned. It's been 30 minutes already. Don't you think you've given them enough sense of false security, Jack asked. Well, yes, but I still want to wait until the targets end up in the chosen duality by pure chance. And in the meanwhile, take this, you little liar, handstand against the wall competition. See how your superior mass works in your disfavor, Seal said. And she's getting into it. Great, Jack thought. Back in Team JPDDE's room, Penny and Deku were handstanding against the wall to see who could last the longest. But no sooner had it started, it was pretty obvious who would win. After trying her best not to fall, Penny eventually fell down. 198, 199. 200 better luck next time, Penny, Deku said, hand standing on one hand and doing push-up. Oh, finally. Is it safe to look? Then David asked. Coco laughed. Seriously, David, I don't think what's beneath Penny's skirt is anything you haven't seen before, Coco said. Still feels weird, David said. I lost. But this is so much fun, Penny said. Yeah, maybe too much fun. It's still a school night, remember, Coco said. Coco is right. We should go, Velvet said. Or Penny said. In 15 minutes. Okay, Velvet said. Yeah. Thanks, upperclassman, Penny said. Just spin it, Red, Coco said. Okay, it's Velvet and Penny said. Back in the lab ship. Seal Jack yelled. Fine, fine. Assuming direct control, Seal said. And David. And the task is, Penny said. Seal then picked the task. Oh. Oh my, Penny said. Huh. What is it, Penny, Velvet asked. I'm sorry, I didn't think this was a possibility, Penny said. Oh, wow, is it that bad? Let me see, Coco said. Coco then took Penny's scroll. Okay, it says. 7 minutes in heaven, Coco exclaimed. Oh great. Just what I thought would happen, Deku said. 7 minutes in what, David asked. I'm sorry, We can respin, if you'd like, Penny said. I don't really mind myself, but... Coco, Velvet asked. Coco said. Coco then blushed. Could you maybe not close the door completely, Coco asked. Of course. Should we use the kitchen, Velvet asked. Clean as a whistle now. Have fun, Evelyn said. For now, at least. You two better clean up if you make a mess, Deku said. The kitchen. A mess. What, David asked. I'll explain. Come on, David, Velvet said. We'll start the timer once you've partially closed the door, Penny said. Okay, David said. Coco said. And here I thought Evelyn was the biggest pervert, Deku teased. Shut up, Coco said. In the kitchen. So. What exactly is 7 minutes in? Heaven, David asked. Velvet giggled. You really have no idea, do you? And the way you reacted earlier with Penny. You're so cute, Velvet said. Thanks, but... So, David asked. So. In short, the two chosen people go together in a room or a closet. Once the door is closed, the timer is started, and they stay in there 7 minutes, Velvet said. Okay. And what do they do in there, David asked. Oh, whatever they want, Velvet said. Velvet blushed and moved closer. But, usually. They just make out, Velvet said. Oh. I've never, David said. It's okay, David. I've never played this game before either, Velvet said. Velvet then pushed David onto the counter and climbed on him before starting to kiss him. And she did not hold back. In the main room, Penny, Deku and Coco could hear Velvet and David in the kitchen. 3 minutes and 48 seconds have passed, Penny said. Feels like much longer, truth tell, Coco said. Penny, I do mind coming to help me with this pot in the bathroom, Evelyn asked. Okay, Deku said. Oh, sure. Sorry, but could you count down for me, Coco, Penny asked. Sure, no problem, Coco said. Thank you. It's been 5 minutes and 27 seconds, Penny said. Penny and Deku then entered the bathroom, leaving Coco alone. Just try and ignore it, damn it. It's just a couple minutes more and... You said yes, but you said it because you wanted Velvet to. It's not because. Because you wanted to. Coco thought. Coco then went over to the kitchen door. Wanted to see, Coco thought. Coco then peered through the crack in the door. Holy shit, Coco thought. Coco saw Velvet on top of David, and she wasn't holding back at all. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Holy fucking shit, Coco thought. Coco then lowered one hand down and undid the button and zipper on her shorts before reaching inside. And with her other hand she brought it to her chest. Coco began to moan as she continued to watch. Boy Toy was right. I am the biggest pervert, Coco thought. Coco continued on touching herself. Time's bound to be up by now. But I don't want it to stop. But the others will be done soon, so I need to cool down, Coco thought. Coco turned around, planning to head towards the balcony. However, she only made it a few steps before falling over due to her shorts falling down her legs. Strangely though, she did not land on the floor. She had landed on something else, also her lips felt wet, and it wasn't from her drooling. Coco opened her eyes to be met with Deku's eyes. She had walked into Deku just as she was falling, bringing him down with her and resulted in them locking lips. Coco's mind was telling her to pull back, but her body was telling her else. She began to deepen the kiss, to which Deku returned, turning the kiss into a makeout. The two only pulled back just before they pass out from lack of oxygen. Someone's a little excited, Deku said. I can say the same about you. I can feel a mountain rising, Coco said. And I can feel the rainy season, Deku said. The two stared at each other. Okay, I have to ask, why are you here? I thought you were helping Evelyn along with Penny, Coco asked. I was. But as we were finishing up, Penny asked me to tell you that time was up. She suspected that you may have gotten distracted, Deku said, gesturing to the shorts around Coco's ankle. Coco let out a nervous laugh. I may have, Coco said. So? Between that and our makeout session, does that mean, Deku asked. Coco said. Oh my. Did you two decide the play 7 Minutes in Heaven as well, Velvet asked. Deku and Coco looked to see Velvet and David had come out from the kitchen holding each other, and quite inappropriately. Hey, David stuttered. Velvet. Wait. What are you doing to David, Coco asked. Well, I'm a bunny after all. And you know what that means. And it looks like you're feeling the same way after watching us, Velvet said. I don't know how I feel, Coco said. Well, I believe it's been more than 15 minutes, so we can end it here and let you think it over, Deku said. Yeah. Let's end things here, Coco said. Oh, okay, Velvet said. Such a shame really, Penny said. Yeah, and after we brought so many new toys, Evelyn said. The four looked to see Evelyn and Penny completely naked and surrounded by a bunch of toys. Are you sure you don't want to go all the way and explore this new side to you, Penny asked. Come on, Coco. I know deep down you want to, Evelyn said. On one condition. Don't block my view of Velvet, Coco said. We can work with that, Penny said. Yay, Velvet said. The six then spent the night together and discovered some new things about themselves along with Coco. Friday. Day 173. In Team JNPR's room before the school day started, Nora was picking out what she was going to wear on her date with Deku after the day's classes had ended. So, I'm thinking, I want to impress, but then again I've impressed him enough, haven't I? I need to prove I'm a good girl, now, Nora said. Ren said. So I can't wear that outfit. But maybe my normal one is too much because of the window. Then again, it's not really what I wear that bothered them, is it, Nora asked. That is true, Ren said. And I'm just not me otherwise, you know. Like, Remember when I was scrawny? I'm probably never going to recover the lost centimeters, but I have the looks, I have the bod, and I'll be damned if I won't let people know, Nora said. That is you, indeed, Ren said. Okay, Ren. I'm used to you being a few words, but this is a new level even for you, Nora said. Sorry, Nora. It's just there's something on my mind, Ren said. I figured. But what's bothering you exactly? Nora asked. I don't know if I should share, Ren said. You don't know if you should share with me? Nora asked. Yes, Ren said. But why? We've always told each other everything. Why would this be any different? Nora asked. Well, let's say that it's guy stuff, Ren said. Like that's ever stopped us before. Come on, spit, Nora said. I know, but it isn't like other times and well, that's exactly it. I think I'd better start treating you more like a girl, Ren said. Huh, Nora said. I figured a big part of our relationship has been, indeed, that we've always only had each other, so, no matter what kind of things affected us, we always shared everything. But this time, we have further options and, honestly, I'd feel more comfortable in talking about this with a man. I hope you understand, Ren said. I understand, Ren. No worries, Nora said. Thanks. And Nora, you should just wear whatever makes you comfortable and confident. It's not like you because you're a wallflower. Just try to not overdo it, Ren said. My thoughts exactly. I'll just go with my normal outfit. I can dress to impress later. Now come on, breakfast awaits, Nora said. Nora then left the room. After Nora had gone, Ren sighed. And now I went and lied to her. What do I do? Well, I should follow my own advice and talk about this with someone, to begin with, but the only person who I could talk to about this is Ren thought. Deku was currently making his way to class when he noticed Emerald walking up towards David. Hey, Emerald said. I thought we were done, David asked. Professionally wise. This has nothing to do with work, Emerald said. So it's a social call, David asked. Maybe. What is it that you said to me last time? I need to understand, Emerald said. You mean something about me, David asked. Yes, Emerald said. But why, David asked. Maybe I'll tell you, maybe I won't. It's not related to work, though, Emerald said. Call me stupid. But I believe you're telling the truth, David said. I doubt you would reveal anything critical to me, anyway, Emerald said. Oh, you know it. I'm free this afternoon if that works, David said. That works for me. But I will warn you, what I have to say is time limited on how useful it may be, Emerald said. I see, David said. Hey guys, what's up, Deku cheerfully said. Hey Deku, David said. Hello. Ijuku, Emerald said. What's going on in this little corner of the world? Overheard something about you two going out, Deku asked. Yeah. We're heading out after class, David said. How sweet. And to think how your relationship started out. A true enemies to lovers story, Deku said. Oh, shut up, David said. It's not a date. We are just going to talk, Emerald said. That's how these things start. I'm sure in no time that will change, Deku said. If that is what you think. Now if you'll excuse me, Emerald said. Emerald walked away. Okay, what was that about, David asked. I was testing if Emerald fears me, Deku said. Fears you, David questioned. Yes. Ever since the incident she's been avoiding me. I wanted to confirm that it wasn't my imagination, and now that I have, it's time for the next step, Deku said. Reconciliation, David said. Yes. I'll see if I can talk to her during class, Deku said. Good luck, David said. I'll think I'll need it, Deku said. Actually, now that I think about it, this sphere could be helpful to us, Deku said. How so, David asked. Deku and David then went to class. Deku saw Emerald sitting on her own in back corner. Deku then made his way towards her. Hey, Emerald. Can we talk, Deku asked. Emerald jumped. What? What about, Emerald asked. About your fear, Deku said. Fear? What? What fear, Emerald asked. Your fear of me, Deku said. What? What are you talking about, Emerald asked. Don't deny it. You've been avoiding me for a while now, and you know it, Deku said. I am, Emerald said. Look, I don't want you to fear me. I'd rather we'd get along, but if you are determined to keep following Cinder, then you will experience far more, Deku said. I'll just have to deal with it. I owe Cinder so much and I'm in too deep to quit now. And it's not like you'll let me go free, Emerald said. Wouldn't I, Deku said. What, Emerald asked. If you turn back now, you can go. I have no evidence against you that can put you away. And I'd rather you'd be free to live your life than be behind bars. Just have a think about it, okay, Deku said. Deku then walked away, leaving Emerald alone to think. After classes had ended for the day, Deku and Nora had gone to Vale for their date. We're finally here, Nora said. It's just Vale. Or is this particular spot of some kind of significance, Deku asked. Our presence here is. After the mess I made, I thought something like this would never happen, and yet. We're here, Nora said. You're gonna have to be more specific than that. What is here, Deku asked. Meanie. On a romantic date with you. I mean, I hope it's romantic. Is it? Please tell me it is. How far back did I set the clock, Nora asked. Not that much. Let's just say that romance is on the table depending on how the afternoon goes, Deku said. Nora blushed. So, how are things going on your side, by the way, Deku asked. With Ren, you mean? Nothing, as expected. Although I haven't really managed to get a lot of feedback out of him, Nora said. How so, Deku asked. He seems distracted with something, lately. Guy stuff, he called it, Nora said. Oh. Hope it's nothing bad, Deku said. Nah, if it was, I'm sure he would have shared with me. I mean. He's he. It's us. I'm sure John can handle this one, Nora said. Meanwhile, in Team JNPR's room. Wow. Just. Wow, John said. Sorry for putting this on you, but I really needed to talk about this with someone, Ren said. No need to apologize for that, idiot. I'm honored that you'd feel comfortable enough with me to share something like this. I just wish I could offer you something other than generic advice. I have close to zero experience with this kind of stuff, and that's under normal circumstances. I mean, not to say that you're abnormal or anything. That's not what I meant, John said. I know. But it is a weird situation to find yourself in, I'll admit, Ren said. Yeah. Also dangerous, John said. I know. There's a reason I didn't tell Nora, Ren said. Yeah, that's definitely not something you want to tell her right now. With all the problems you've had and the situation as it is now. She could fly off the handle, John said. Still, in the meanwhile. What should I do, Ren asked. Well, nothing much to do but explore and verify the issue. I assume this is the first time you ever experienced something like this, John asked. Yes. The thought of exploring other possibilities never occurred to me because I thought it'd be disrespectful, Ren said. Lethal is more like it, knowing Nora, John said. Also that, Ren said. And it's my turn next to clean up the bloodstains, isn't it? Oh, well. So, First of all, logically speaking, it could either be a group issue or a Nora issue, Jang said. You mean that I could be? Ren asked. She may just not be your type, Ren. It happens. Otherwise. Anyway, we need to verify it, Jang said. I agree. But how are we going to do that? Ren asked. If the girls ask, we went to see a comedy, Jang said. Jang and Ren left. A few hours later, Nora and Deku had returned to Beacon after their date, and it was safe to say it was a successful one. Nora had managed to keep her urges under control and not lose it, even after the suggestive and flirtatious remarks she swears Deku had made towards her. So, how did I do? Nora asked. You've done very well so far, Nora. There's just one more thing you need to do, Deku said. What do I need to do? Nora asked. Deku suddenly grabbed Nora's chin and lifted it before planting her lips on hers. Oh my, oh my, oh my gods. It's happening. You did it, Nora. You behaved yourself and now you get to reap the reward, Nora thought. Nora was about to give in to temptation when... Wait. This is a test. My final test. Get a hold of yourself, Nora. You can't fail now, Nora thought. Deku then pulled back. Nora began to hyperventilate, causing Deku to fear that all of her work was about to be undone. Thankfully though, Nora's breathing began to slow as she calmed down. In. And out. In. And out. I am calm. I am in control, Nora breathed. She took one final breath. So did I pass? Nora asked. Indeed you have passed, Nora Evelyn said. And with flying colors. You've managed to score 100%, Penny said. Huh? Evelyn. Penny. Where are you two? Nora asked, looking around. They're not here, Nora. I'm on a call with them, Deku said, pointing at his headphones. Salutations, Penny said. Hey, Nora Evelyn said. So, they've been listening the whole time? Nora asked. Yeah. Sorry about not telling you they were eavesdropping, but Deku said. I get it. They want to keep tabs on our date to make sure I behaved. Don't worry about it. I understand your reasonings. And now that I think about it, that's also the reason you were acting so forward to me, isn't it? Nora asked. Yeah. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't make you uncomfortable, Deku said. Uncomfortable? Maybe a bit, but that was more so from holding back than your actual moves on me, Nora said. Still, I'm sorry about that. So as an apology. Evelyn. Penny, Deku asked. Go ahead, she has more than earned it, Evelyn said. Earned what? Nora asked. A reward, Deku said. What kind of reward? Nora asked. I think you know. Girls, are the others gone? Deku asked. We've gotten Pyrrha out of the room. We are with her in our room, play video games. Though I don't think Pyrrha is having fun, Penny said. What the fuck is that bullshit? Why can he do that and make me take it like a prostitute? Pyrrha yelled. Holy, Nora said. You think? Deku asked. What about my Rennie and Jang? Nora asked. They were gone when we arrived. Have no idea where they've gone, but that doesn't matter, does it? Evelyn asked. As long as you lock the doors to not be interrupted. Unless you're into being watched. Which is perfectly fine, Penny said. Okay, goodbye, Deku said. Deku then hung up. So, shall we get? Deku said. Nora cut Deku off with a kiss that also pushed him into Team JNPR's room. After spending the rest of the afternoon with Nora, Deku left Team JNPR's room to see. Hey Ren, I can walk on my own, Jang slurred out. No. You can't, Ren said. I so can just let me down, Jang slurred. We can probably explain this as you grabbing something alcoholic by mistake. A broken nose would be harder to explain. So I'm gonna have to continue leaning on me for support until Ren said. Ren then noticed Deku. Hi, Ren, Deku said. Hi, Izuku, Ren said. Oh hi Izuku. Wait, why are you all blurry like that, Jaun asked. So you two went out for drinks, Deku asked. Something like that, yes, Ren said. No, we didn't. We went to a host club, Jaun slurred. Jaun then threw up. Ren jumped out of the way whilst Deku used Black Whip to catch the vomit. Not on the carpet, Jaun, Deku said. I'm impressed he lasted this long, especially with the bullhead right back here, Ren said. Let's get him into the tub before he throws up again, Deku said. My thoughts exactly, Ren said. The two then took Jaun into Team JNPR's room and placed in the tub. After that, Ren noticed a sleepy Nora in her bed, completely naked. So, am I safe in assuming that Nora passed, Ren asked. Yes, she did. She did very well and earned her reward, Deku said. I see. That's good to hear, Ren said. Speaking of hearing. Jaun said you went to a host club. Why, Deku asked. It was his ideas for trying to verify something, Ren said. Oh. Does this have anything to do with the guy stuff Nora mentioned, Deku asked. All of it, actually. I should have probably paid more attention to what he was doing, though. You may not believe it, but Jaun doesn't exactly have the defenses against girls I have. So he's quite weak to their charm, Ren said. Well, at least they're not serving watered booze. With the average price of each bottle, Deku said. My thoughts exactly. And it served its purpose, Ren said. That being, if I may, Deku asked. Let's say I had to verify that. My non-reactions to Nora were because of her being a woman and not because of her being Nora, Ren said. Oh. I thought you had made sure of that a long time ago, Deku said. You think that, but... No. It would have been disrespectful to Nora, Ren said. Ren, I doubt Nora would have anything against or felt personally attacked by you verifying if you don't like women in general, or it's just Nora you don't like that way, Deku said. I know. But still. I didn't want to take the chance. You have to understand that for the longest time, we've only ever had each other, Izuku. That is now not true. We have friends who can be there for us and... Well, she has you. So I thought it was time to verify. Still, I'd appreciate if you'd allow me to tell Nora about this on my own terms, Ren said. All right. But may I know the result of this experiment, Deku asked. It's not just Nora, Ren said. I see. I guess it's good for the two of you, but you won't hear me saying good for you, Deku said. You like physical intimacy that much, Ren asked. Yeah. Not, I'm not just talking about, you know, intimate intimacy. You know my favorite thing to do with Evelyn. She gives the absolute best snuggles. Sometimes I skip my morning workout just to continue our snuggles. And Penny loves hand-holding and touching our chests, feeling our body warmth, Deku said. Oh. Oh, that's very specific, Ren said. Yeah. Like, I don't think you're weird, but physical contact with a person you love. I like it too much to even be able to imagine what it must be like not caring about it all, Deku said. What does it feel like, Ren asked. Well. It's hard to describe because, again, I can only use examples and metaphors that compare to physicality. The best comparison I can make on how it feels is like when you take a nice long relaxing warm bath, but without needing to do so, Deku said. I can see it. I'll give it a try, Ren said. You're welcome. Now I best be going, Deku said. Alright. I'll see you around, Izuku, Ren said. Good night, Ren, Deku said. Deku then got up and left Team JNPR's room. Deku and David were waiting out by the back entrance to juniors for Milshia and Melanie to finish their shift and come out for their double date. They had been waiting for quite a while now. How much longer are they going to take? David yelled. Hopefully not much longer, but you know how girls are with getting ready, Deku said. I know. But at this rate we'd have to go back to Beacon because of the curfew, David said. Let's just hope it doesn't come to that, Deku said. The back door then opened. Deku and David looked to see the twins. Melanie was wearing a black dress and a small light blue jacket with gold trims. She was also wearing a pair of knee-high socks that accentuated her thighs. And as for Milshia, she was wearing a red dress and with detached red sleeves. And down her legs she was wearing fishnet tights which also accentuated her thighs. Deku and David couldn't help but stare. "What's the matter, boys? Cat's got you tongues?" Melin asked. "Well, to be honest, we weren't expecting you to go all out for this. Considering who you two are, we kind of expected you two to go more low profile," David said. "Low profile? We're the famous Malachite twins." "We don't do low profile," Melanie said. "But perhaps we should. We don't want to cause any trouble if people recognize us," Milshia said. "Well, it's too late to worry about that now. But I have an idea, refer to me by Mel and refer to Milshia by Tia. That should be enough for people not to recognize us, as long as we don't stay in one area for too long," Melanie said. "But our outfits, they scream," the Malachite twins, Milshia said. "Well, we've already spent far too long getting ready only to have to ditch these for something else. We don't want to keep our dates waiting any longer," Melanie said. "I suppose so," Milshia said. "And now I feel underdressed," David said. "Yeah. What will people with when they see two beautiful babes out with two vagabonds?" Deku said. "You two don't look that bad. You may not be dressed to impress, but you are dressed well of hunters. That should help keep people away from us," Melin said. "I agree. You two don't look that bad to me, and besides I like a man who can protect me," Milshia said. "So do I. Now shall we get going, love?" Melanie said, wrapping her arm around Deku. Melanie," Deku said. Melanie said. "Your date is over here," David said. "Oh, right," Melin said. She let go of Deku and walked over to David. "The night awaits us, darling," Melanie said. "Lead the way," David said. Melanie and David then walked off. "You ready to go?" Deku asked. "Oh, yes," Milshia said. "Is everything alright? It looks like something's bothering you," Deku asked. You could say that," Milshia said. "Okay. I won't pry any further until you are ready to tell. But I do hope I can take your mind off it," Deku said. Deku then wrapped his arm around Milshia's. "Come on. We can't let the others leave us behind," Deku said. "All right," Milshia said. "But I can't talk to you about it or forget about it. Because you are part of the problem," Milshia said. Deku and Milshia then joined back up with David and Melanie. "So, what's the plan for tonight?" David asked. "There's no real plan really. As I said before, it's about time you two got to know your senpais, and that's what's going to happen. We'll walk around Vale and do what we want," Melanie said. "I see. So is there anything either of you want to do tonight?" David asked. "I want to be with you," Milshia thought. "I want to be in Izuku's arm," Melanie thought. David and Deku both noticed that something was bothering the two. They looked at each other and nodded. The two then each grabbed Melanie's and Milshia's hands and began dragging them along. "Izuku," Milshia yelped. "David. Where are we going in such a hurry?" Melanie asked. "To the game stalls, there's a lot of fun games to play," David said. "And in so little time. We have to make the most of tonight," Deku said. Deku and David smiled, causing Melanie and Milshia to blush. "Wait. Why am I blushing? Do I actually like him?" Melanie and Milshia thought about David and Deku. The four went on to play many games and winning a number of prizes. After which, they decided to go to get something to eat and some drinks. Whilst they were out playing at the game stalls, David and Deku had noticed that something was off with Melanie and Milshia. And now they were sitting in awkward silence. "Excuse me, I need to go to the restroom," Milshia said, standing up. So do I, excuse me as well, Melanie said, standing up. The two then walked off. So, any ideas on why those two are acting so weird, David asked. No idea. I can't even make heads or tails of them. One moment they seem out of it, but the next they get all excited. Something is clearly bothering them, Deku asked. Could it be us, David asked. I don't think so. I don't believe they've changed their mind about this date. And even if they have, I believe they would have told us outright, Deku said. Then what could it be? What's bothering them so much, David asked. Meanwhile in the restroom. Why are we keeping up this charade? Why can't we just tell them to the truth, Milshia asked. Well, if you feel that way then why haven't you told them yourself, Melanie said. Milshia went silent. Exactly, Melanie said. Well, we can't keep this up forever, Milshia said. Can't we, Melanie asked. What, Milshia asked. I've seen the way you've looked at Izuku. It's the same look I have for David. We've fallen for them. And don't try to deny it, Melanie said. Okay, maybe I do, so what, Milshia asked. So, we can accept the reality we find ourselves in and continue our date, Melanie said. But won't they find it weird how we've suddenly changed? I know for a fact that they've noticed our mood, Milshia said. We can just say that work got us down. That should suffice, Melanie said. If you say so, Milshia said. The two left the restroom and joined back up with David and Deku before leaving. The four were on their way back to Junior's and now Deku and David thought to ask them what was on their mind. Girls, are you two alright? David asked. You two have seemed kind of out of it. Is there something bothering you? Deku asked. You could say that, Milshia said. We had a rough shift. That's all we'll say. We'd rather not go into it, Melanie said. Yeah. We'd rather enjoy our time out with you two, you know, Milshia said. Understandable. But please tell us the truth instead of lying, Deku said. How, Milshia and Melanie said. Before we met you out back, we went into Junior's and saw you two having a great time, Deku said. If you don't want to tell us what's wrong, that's fine. But please don't lie to us again, David said. Milshia then looked towards Melanie. Enough is enough. They should know the truth, Milshia thought. Milshia then looked back towards. I'm in love with David. And Melanie is in love with Izuku, Milshia yelled. Milshia, Melanie yelled. How, Deku and David exclaimed. The twins then told Deku and David what had happened. After explaining, Deku and David burst out laughing. Why are you laughing? Milshia asked. Yeah, this isn't funny, Melanie yelled. Oh, trust us, it very much is, Deku said. How? The two asked. Because you've been worrying about something that doesn't really matter, David said. What do you mean? Melanie asked. It doesn't matter because if you're dating either me, David, Evelyn or Penny, you can date the others as well if you want. You can even pursue someone else if you want, be it if they are dating one of us or not. You're free to choose as many lovers as you want. It's only fair after all, Deku said. So what you're saying is, we can date both of you? Milshia asked. Yes. That is what we are saying, David said. I told you we should have told them the truth, Milshia yelled. That's easy for you to say now, Milshia. You could have told them anytime if you wanted, Melanie yelled. Melanie sighed. To think we could have sorted this all out with just a few words, Melanie said. Hindsight is 20/20, Deku said. I wish I can go back in time so we can have a proper night out with you two. But I can't, Milshia said. And we can't redo our date, can we? Your curfew is coming up, isn't it? Melanie said. Yeah, David said. Melanie's and Milshia's faces fell. Deku and David looked at each other before smiling. Whilst our curfew may be coming shortly, that doesn't mean we need to end our time together, we just need indoors, Deku said. You don't mind if we stay the night, David asked. Melanie and Milshia blushed. Not at all, Milshia said. Yeah. We can even put on a private show for you too, Melanie said. That sounds great, David said. Lead the way, Deku said. The four then went to the twins' room. Melin and Milshia performed their private show for Deku and David, going on late into the night. Saturday. Day 174. Early in the morning in Team JNPR's room, Nora awoke to a smell. A smell she was familiar with. This smell, Nora questioned, still sleepy. Nora then jolted fully awake. Am I still dreaming? Nora asked. Nora then dashed over to the kitchen. Ren, Nora asked. Good morning, Nora Ren greeted, whilst wearing an apron that said, Kiss the Cook, on it. Are those pancakes? Nora asked. Yes, Ren said. But it's the second time this month. We haven't had 2 pancake days in a month since we've come to Beacon, Nora said. True. Well, this morning I felt like making an exception, Ren said. But why? Nora asked. Well, I was in a good mood this morning when I woke up. Also, I figure Jaun is going to need some extra protein and sugar this morning, Ren said. So what you're saying is, I need to spike Jaun's drinks, Nora said. Nora Ren said. I'm kidding, Nora said. I know. But there is something else you need to do, Ren said. What? Nora asked. You need to get dressed, Ren said. Nora then realized she was still naked from the night before. Right. I'll get on that, Nora said. Good. And then after that, tell me how your date went. I want to hear everything, Ren said. Deku had just gotten a call from Neon. Alright. Yeah, we'll be meeting you by the bullheads in 1 hour then, Deku said. Will do. See you later, Neon, Deku said. So it's time to go out with the bad kitty, Evelyn asked. The bad kitty, Deku asked. Yes. She got too close to you too quickly and now she's ruined my day of fun time with you. Moo, Evelyn said. Horny rabbit, Deku said. Hey. You're just as horny, Evelyn said. But I'm not the one upset about losing my day of fun time. And besides, you know I'll make it up to you, Deku said. Oh, I know you will. Don't worry about that, worry about tonight, Evelyn said. I should, Deku asked. Maybe a little. I have a hunch on where we are going. Although I can't guess why, Evelyn said. And that is, Deku asked. I don't know if I should ruin the surprise, Evelyn said. Oh come on, you can't tell me to worry and then not tell me anything, Deku said. Fine, just a little hint then. So, disclaimer, Vale is actually the most integrated and accepting nation for Fawny on Remnant. But it's a relatively recent development. Before that development, the Faunus community kept to itself, especially in the city. Created their own hangout spots, locals, events. For a number of reasons, foremost being safety. While the situation has changed a lot since then, a lot of these places are still around. They are pieces of history and a lit are still kinda exclusive, you get me, Evelyn asked. Yeah, I get it. I guess that's why Neon told me that I'm going in undercover as her boyfriend, so to speak, Deku said. Yup. Anyway, you'll be fine, at most you'll make an ass out of yourself. Do try to have fun, Evelyn said. With you around, that'll be a breeze, Deku said. Evelyn giggled. Say, speaking of fun. We do have an hour before we meet up with Neon, Evelyn said. Oh. And what do you have in mind, Deku asked. Something to prove who you belong to. Let's get messy and then arrive late due to needing to change, Evelyn said. You naughty bunny, Deku said. And you love it, Evelyn said. That I do. That I do, Deku said. Just over an hour later, Deku and Evelyn arrived at the Bullhead landing where Neon and David were waiting. Well, you two certainly took your time getting here, Neon said. What took you two? David asked. Sorry for being late. We were busy, Deku said. Busy with what? You didn't sound busy when I called, Neon asked. I think you can figure it out. It's the reason why we're in our uniforms, Evelyn said. Doing laundry, I see, David said. Yep, Deku said. Guess you really like Faunus then, Artstill, Neon said. I'm sorry, what? Deku asked. Did you just call him a stool? David asked. Artstill, honey, Evelyn said. Let this be an introduction to the world of Faunus slang. You two are going to hear a lot of it tonight. So I figured I should give you a small crash course while we're on the way, Neon said. I see. So Miss Cat, what does Artstill mean? Deku asked. Oh, taking away all the fun of seeing you two try to figure it out. Fine. Let's talk as we walk. We should get some seats, Neon said. Okay, Teacher Cat, David said. It's field trip time, Evelyn cheered. Neon giggled. The four then boarded the bulkhead. So, Artstill is slang for a great man. Endearing if used by a partner, it can be a bit rude if used in a pickup line, Neon said. I see. Is it derived from another language? One that Faunus used a lot back in the day, Deku asked. Hardly. The original version was Dustal, a combination of dust crystal. Keep in mind that most faunae in Vale originally come from Vacuo. Dust crystals are found in a large amount and exceptional purity. And going further, if someone says it a certain way, it's referring to, Neon said, whispering the rest into his ear. Whilst Evelyn did the same to David. Neon then continued to educate Deku and David on faunae slang. Oh brothers, that's a lot, David said. Don't try and remember them all. Heck, don't try and use them. You'll just make a butt out of yourself, Neon said. That makes two people telling me that today, Deku said. Reason more to listen to our wisdom, Evelyn said. Yep, listen to your elders. Anyway, it's only about 10 minutes from here. Any questions before we go? Neon asked. Nothing I can think of. David, Deku asked. I'm good. I'll do my best not to stand out, David said. Oh, you can try, hun, but you'll fail, Evelyn said. What does that even mean? David asked. You'll see, Neon said. The four then arrived. Evening. Names, please, a bouncer asked. Cat. +1, Neon said. Damarot. Also +1, Evelyn said. The bouncer said, looking over Deku and David. You're on there all right, Cat and Damarot. Those your real names? The bouncer asked. Wouldn't you like to know? Let's go, Ijuku, Neon said. It is my real name. In we go, David, Evelyn said. Cat and Ijuku. Sure, have fun you four, the bouncer said. Thanks, Deku said. The four then entered the establishment. So, what's so funny about our names? Deku asked. It's more so my name he found funny. A cat, Faunus named Cat. Sounds kind of fake, doesn't it? Neon said. I can see why he found that funny, Deku said. You know it. Anyway. This is an event organized by the staff of Umbra. It means shade in the old tongue. It reminded the founder of Vacuo, I heard, Neon said. I see, Deku said. What exactly is Umbra? David asked. Started as a hangout, became a bar, then club. Now it's a cultural center, Faunus owned for faunae. Mostly. But I figured I'd bring you guys to an event on neutral ground first, Neon said. I see. Sounds interesting. And I don't just mean the music, David said. Let's take a look around, then Evelyn said. The four then went around the establishment. How do you call that small drum, again? I didn't quite catch it, David asked. I can't remember the pronunciation. Evelyn, Neon said. No idea. We can ask later, Evelyn said. Ijuku, David. Evelyn. What are you three doing here? A voice asked. Velvet and Coco, Deku questioned. What a surprise. I've never ran into anyone from Beacon around here, Coco said. Hello there. Mind introducing me? Neon asked. These two ladies are Coco and Velvet, two upperclassmen. This is Neon, from Atlas. She invited me out and I brought David and Evelyn along, Deku said. Nice to meet you, Neon. And Utstal, how? Velvet asked. If you know what I mean, Neon said. I know what you mean. We've had experience with your Utstal and Evelyn's play me, Velvet said. How? Neon asked. I'm sure you heard the rumors about Team JPDE, Coco said. Oh. Oh, I see. How? Never mind, Neon asked. You were going to ask how we were, weren't you? David asked. No, Neon said. Don't lie, Kitty. You want to know what my men are packing? And I'll tell you, they are worth everything, Evelyn said. We can back that up. Especially Coco. She, Velvet said. Say, wanna join us for a drink? We have some time before our thing, Coco said. Oh yes. I would love a drink. You guys have to try this drink I love, Velvet said. I don't mind. What about you guys? Deku asked. I'm down, Evelyn said. I wouldn't mind a drink, David said. We've got the time. Lead the way, Poddy, Neon said. Gladly. Right this way, Velvet said. Velvet then led Evelyn and Neon to the bar. You got to try the mocktails. They ship the fruit straight from Menagerie, Velvet said. Swear? Evelyn asked. Translation please, David asked. Poddy is a member of a pod. That's a group of whales or dolphins. You can see them off the coast in both Vacuo and Menagerie. Swear is like, really? Man, this takes me back. I had the exact same reactions the first time, Coco said. Glad we're not special cases, David said. So I guess you come around here often, Deku asked. Only when there's dancing events. Let's not keep the girls waiting, though, Coco said. Coco, David and Deku then joined back up with the girls. So, mind if I ask how easy it's been for you two? You know, Neon asked. Yeah, I know. Honestly, not as hard as I thought. We still get a few weird looks, especially from the old domes, but we keep to a younger crowd on average, Velvet said. Old domes. She must mean older people, Deku thought. Because of your hobby, I bet. What's the dancing style called? Deku asked. Convivia. It means party in the old tongue in Vacuo, Coco said. Oh. My. Brothers, that's a sexy dance. I wish we had schools in Atlas, Neon said. You don't? Velvet asked. No. Everyone prefers Menagerie. Probably because it's more socially acceptable. We gotta work within the machine, sadly, Neon said. Is it that bad in Atlas? Velvet asked. It depends. You see, in Atlas it's all about the size of your spat, Neon said. Wallet. From Spith, plant-related, Coco said. Thank you, Deku said. If you have enough buds, they welcome you. Smiles may be fake, but they will make the effort to try and get some of that. If you don't, you're not worth much, Neon said. I see. Well, in a way, it's kinda better than what Vale was. Rich or not, they didn't give a shit, Coco said. In theory. But don't worry, there was plenty of opposition to us being able to even own a business. Even from humans in the same tax bracket, Neon said. Damn. And how's the academy? Evelyn asked. That's actually much better since General Ironwood became the leader of the military. Not to say that the culture in the academia has shifted overnight, the same people are still there. But they are scared shitless of him. He cares about efficiency and skill above all else, and he has the full backing of the researchers and scientists, the real power in Atlas, Neon said. The real power? David asked. Yup. Try selling stuff without the people who actually create it, Neon said. I heard that the scientists are under the control of the military, Coco said. Not exactly. Okay, let me explain. So, you know how Vale is ruled by a council body, with a number of elected officials proportional to the population, Neon asked. Yes. And each one represents a different piece of the country, Velvet said. Yup. In Atlas, due to the fact that our living space is so limited that they literally had to make a floating city above the megacity that already exists to not expand in the frozen wilds, things work a bit differently. Our version of the council is much smaller. It's class-based and the members are only four. One for the military. One for the mercantile aristocracy. One for the academies. And one for everyone else, Neon said. I mean, what David asked. That doesn't exactly sound fair, Coco said. Oh, you have no idea. Just keep in mind that any vote on legislation, there are only 4 votes to go around. Anyway. Atlas's main export has always been technology. They've been a source of pretty much every major technological advancement on Remnant during and after the Great War. And academia knows it. They maintain propriety of any technology they create. All that the military and merchants can do is lease it, so to speak, for a cut of the profits. But, the cut is not exactly fruitful anymore. The merchants have found many loopholes to give them as little as possible, and developing costs have only increased with the advancement of technology. And they've also opposed any increase to their budget in the council. That is, until General Ironwood rose through the ranks of the military. He managed to pass that budget increase by securing the vote of the lower class, Neon said. How did he do that, Deku asked. By offering them something they've been wanting forever. Striking down class entry barriers. Access to the military academy, the scientific institute and the merchant guild had been controlled for centuries. With one-vote legislation, voted for by military, academia and lower classes, he struck it down, Neon said. I think I read about it. That was 10 years ago, I believe, Velvet asked. Yup. A masterclass from the youngest council representative in the history of the country. He used this alliance again many times, more often than not at the expense of the merchants, who cannot really complain since the budget increase or not, their profits have only grown. He's extremely popular, Neon said. I can see why, Coco said. There's still a way to go for Fawny and lower classes in general, but he opened the door for us, and the results speak for themselves. There's a reason why Atlas is currently considered the greatest nation on Remnant, baby. Although, on the other hand, it can be hard for you to be noticed if your interest and personality are unorthodox. He's progressive, but boy is he a stickler for uniforms and stuff, Neon said. Then yeah, I can see why he would probably pop a monocle at Conviva. Speaking of, I think it's about to start, Velvet said. We should go. It was great meeting you, Neon. See the rest of guys, Coco said. In your bed, Deku said. Above you, David said. Underneath you, Evelyn said. Coco blushed. And on you, face, Velvet said. Velvet, Coco said. Sounds like you lot have a lot of fun together. Mind if I join in sometime, Neon asked. I don't mind. It's really Coco who needs to decide if she want another girl fucking her girlfriend or doing her, Velvet said. That's it. We're off, by Coco said. Coco the grabbed Velvet and dragged her off. So forceful. Does she like giving then, Neon asked. To Velvet, yes. To us, she a total sub, Deku said. I can still hear you, Coco yelled. And you like that, everyone else said, apart from Neon. Coco the stormed out with Velvet in tow. They're fun. And they're a really nice couple, Neon said. Yeah. Our first meeting with them was something else, but they're really cool, David said. And they're super hot and sexy as well, Evelyn said. Speaking of. How sexy is this dance, Deku asked. Oh. Are you curious, Neon asked. Maybe a bit, Deku said. What about two of you, Neon asked. I'd like to see, David said. Sexy is my middle name. Of course I'd like to know, Evelyn said. Let's take a peek then. We have a few more minutes before our thing, Neon said. Can't you just show us a video of the network, David asked. Not the same thing at all. Come on, Neon said. Neon then led the way. The four looked out to see the sexy dance and blushed. Okay, yeah, that is indeed sexy, Deku said. Yeah. Very sexy, David said. I must learn, Evelyn said. Told ya. Now come on, the thing I wanted to show is starting, Neon said. Neon walked off, but the other three remained watching with interest. You three coming, Neon asked. Yeah. Be right there, Deku said. I think I'm gonna stay and watch, Evelyn said. I'll stay to watch over Evelyn, David said. If you say so, Neon said. Neon then took Deku to an area where there were exclusively young people. There was a crowd, but he could also detect a smaller group of people all standing in a circle. If they start chanting, I'ma head out, Deku whispered. Noted. It's not a cult, anyway. This, my terminally horny and fretful Utstal, is what we call a cipher, Neon whispered. It doesn't look like they're writing a coded message, Deku whispered. That's what you go with. Not even trying to deny it. Okay then. It's not a coded message as you think. Long story short, you know about menagerie, no. You will find fauna coming from all over Remnant, there. We have some shared culture, but we also bring with us area-specific traditions. Like the very structured Mistrali poetry, or the rhythmic sounds of Vakyosi traditional music. Take those two, and in cheapening Atlesian technology and bring the results back to Vale. And you have this, Neon said. Alright, ladies and gents, Here's what you've been waiting for. Speed reminder of rules. 1 chance, 8 bars, the crowd decided your fate. First up to bat, my podium announcer said. A few hours later the event was over. Deku and Neon grabbed David and Evelyn before leaving, though those two were still fixated on the dance. So Neon asked. I'm not sure what happened in there. But I think that was kinda cool, Deku said. I know, right? I had only ever seen videos, this was my first time attending one in real life, Neon said. Yeah, those were some pretty cool turns of phrase they had in there. Although I couldn't understand a lot of it because of the slang. I did my best to guess what each one meant but without knowing fully, Deku said. Understandable. You can find a lot of this kind of stuff on the network, although not on any official music app, Neon said. So, I guess it relates to my trash talk training in the creative way, Deku asked. Yeah. I mean, most of the stuff they said in there was made up, and that's the point. It's a form of creative writing. I think it'd work well for you, giving you a reason to create insults, no, Neon asked. So I should just vent my frustrations at an imaginary foe, Deku asked. Imaginary or real? It's not like you're going to recite them in public, Neon said. Oh, yeah, no, I do not have the stomach for that. The crowd could be mean at times, in there, Deku said. Yes, but without a fail state there's no excitement. Know what I mean, Neon asked. Speaking of excitement, you were one of the loudest members of that crowd. You like this stuff a lot, huh, Deku asked. You have no idea. I heard it for the first time when I was 14. There's an underground scene in Atlas as well. I even write my own things, you know, Neon said. Cool. But you say you've never gone to an actual cipher like this, Deku questioned. Neon sighed. Yeah. Scrutiny for the selection, remember, Neon asked. In Atlas, yeah, I remember. But you said it's different now, isn't it, Deku asked. Well, yeah, I guess, but my stuff is not nearly good enough, and I've never practiced delivery in front of anyone, and, no, it's cool, Neon said. We can practice together, if you want, Deku said. Really, Neon asked. Yeah. I mean, as long as we find somewhere private, I don't mind, Deku said. In that case, Neon said. Evelyn. David. Neon wants to practice her singing, so we're going somewhere private. I'll see you two later, Deku said. Hold on, I'm not leaving you alone with Bad Kitty. And besides, we have some dancing to learn, Evelyn said. Evelyn, Deku said. I don't mind if they come along. It's good to have a bigger audience, and then afterwards I can show you the dance, Neon said. Deal. Let's go, Evelyn said. That was easy, David said. We all are, Deku said. The four then went to karaoke. Didn't you say that? You can't find those beats on mainstream hubs, Deku asked. Yeah, but who cares? All you need to practice is the right rhythm. I know plenty of songs we can use for practice. They all have very clear drum patterns. Alright, hear the very loud one. That's a kick drum, Neon said. Yes. I do see it, Deku said. I'm assuming you play it with your feet, David asked. Yup. Now, you can split a song in 4s, 8s, 16s, Neon said. So I has played in multiple of 4s, Evelyn said. Yup. When the kick drum hits every single bear, that's called 4 on the floor pattern. If Neon said. Neon then continued to give the others a crash course before they began to sing, each taking a turn to try it out. Afterwards, they began practicing the dance they had seen. However, they had gotten a few drinks and soon their sexy dancing turned into something more. Sunday. Day 175. 6 months. Almost 6 months since Deku had arrived on Remnant. And whilst always wishing to go back home to see his family and friends, and wanting to get back to protect them from what was coming, he knew he couldn't do anything, it was all up to the flame. So he would still go about and enjoy his new friends and relationships that he had formed in this new world. And even if he could go back now, he wouldn't. With the threat of Cinder and her allies, he wouldn't leave now. He wouldn't let a Kamino happen to Beacon. And since he wasn't going to be leaving anytime soon, he needed to think about what was next, the Vital Festival dance, and who he would bring as his +1 and bring them further into their relationship. He had so many loved ones who he would love to invite, but he only had one invite, and so he would have to make it count. The one person I want to invite to the Vital Festival opening dance as my +1. Who shall it be, Deku thought.